can't deal with that. I'm gonna have some electrolytes quick. Oh shit. It's still so early. Yeah, sorry, everyone. Morning. Everyone's having a good day. Or good night. Or good wherever you may be. Let me just grab myself. Say some electrolytes. I'm just going to buy the coffee and fluid as well. Not just fluid, electrolytes. But I swear I'm getting ill as well, you know what I'm saying? I feel like yesterday. It was like kind of, you know, I was starting to feel ill and I was like, I'm unsure. And then, yeah, today I don't feel great. And as I said, it's annoying because I won't be able to get the skateboards or anything like that for like, I'll be able to do skateboards for another month, unfortunately. So I'm going to be waiting to be able to do those. It's just brain fog in the morning, isn't it? That's all I get from it. So as well, 12 I had like a coffee, glass of water. So what's really annoying is that I started the live a minute ago and I was like, you know what, I'm ready. And then as soon as I start the live, I'm like, mentally my brain just goes quiet. Oh shit. I've had that quite a few times. But I know a lot of people don't typically do live. But yes. Oh, brain. I felt so ready this morning. I was so ready that brain fog kicked in. Can't be like any milk either. All egg. Nothing sorts of ran out like hydration. To be honest, I'm not sure if coffee hydrates or dehydrates anymore. I hear so many things. One year it's dehydrates, next year it hydrates. I'm like, shit. Like, well, I feel better when I drink water with my coffee for sure. Like 2 minutes ago, I had it until the reason I can't drink water or anything at the moment. Or even skate that I wanted to, because I haven't been able to upload any skating for ages either. It's been so shit. Hello, welcome. Right there, with a good morning. We're at 6 here in the morning, I'm so tired. I literally started the live like 10 minutes ago, like 5 minutes ago, and I was like, I'm ready for this. And then I started, my brain just went quiet, and I was like, oh, great. It's the worst thing. Normally I can talk for 8 minutes, everything. I know, right? Not today. It's even more annoying. I've got to be quiet until about like 6 o'clock. And I don't want to like suffer because I think I will just piss my neighbour off to be honest with you. I'm not gonna lie, unless this coffee actually wakes me up, I'm gonna have to like delay the live by 15 minutes and just go wake myself up a little bit more. Because I swear I was ready. I was like, you know what I mean? It's like brain fog. Yes, this triggers people, I know. It's because when I'm here alone, my partner's gone to work. Why on earth am I going to put a kettle on for one person? Such a waste of electricity. I think microwaves are cheaper. I'm probably wrong. I'm a fan. So every time I see that, I see like ceiling fan, like, or like, you know what I mean, like an industrial fan or something. Not like fan. It's a bit much. Nah. Because I've got to wait like an hour before I can have my meds. So this is probably why I've got a bit of brain fog too. Because it's my ADHD meds. If anyone's got ADHD, you'll know what it's like when you wake up in the morning. I'm like this. I'm like a zombie. and trying to get any work done as well. It's just been so difficult. Bro, I need a holiday. Any issue with going on a holiday, I need a holiday to recover from a holiday. Not because I drink or anything. I'm sober. I just... Every time I have a holiday, it just never feels like enough. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. Right, if this coffee don't work, guys, I will have to start the live in 15 more minutes. Just to make sure I'm more awake. Right, let's get it. People find me weird for just drinking like straight. I don't need sugar or sweetener in my coffee because I appreciate the taste of coffee on its own. I remember when I was like 18, I didn't like coffee, right? Like at all. Like grow up, because I guess you didn't push yourself to drink it enough. Like I guess drink alcohol. Like I said, I'm sober now, so I don't drink that. My only two drinks I already drink is like water and coffee. Like I don't like fizzy drinks. They kind of put me off. I'm like, what am I meant to be drinking here? Like if I'm dehydrated, I'm trying to get a drink down. You know what I mean? I like to neck drinks. And if I'm like, okay, it's hot, that's a fair enough excuse. You can sit there, warm your hands up with it. You know, you can sit there, chill. It's nice to sit there early in the morning, late at night, whatever, looking at the moon or the sunrise with a coffee and just chilling, right? But with it's spicy, bro. You know what I mean? You have a that's the, you know, it's like all spicy. Every time I have that meme, every time I have Coke or anything, Mountain Dew, what is it, Dr. Pepper, nasty, bro. I don't know how people like it so much. But I think that what it is people actually have more energy than I do because people consume a lot more sugar than I do. I don't consume really much sugar at all because most people's sugars are in like, I don't know. It's fizzy drinks, isn't it? Really, because fizzy drinks contain like. Have you seen those ones where they have the bags like? They had them at our schools, right? When I was at school, they used to have like a small bag. It was like how much sugar was in each drink, and the amount that was in a bottle of Coke was actually disturbing. And like they melted that much down. It's, and I think that's what put me off to always. And then was it a Red Bull was the worst one. I was like, oh my days! It's like you might as well just like drink a bag of sugar, bro. You might as well just open a bag of sugar and drink it. Because I'm sure sugar's fit enough. You can kind of not drink it, but you know, just swallow it down like dust. Where am I from? I am from all over the shop, to be honest with you. I'm directly from Wales. The most unrealistic, unlikely place to come from. I find it so funny. People like Wales. I'm like, yeah, what Wales? I don't. My birth certificate's Welsh. I don't even understand my birth certificate, which I find so funny. Imagine not being able to read your birth certificate. Ugh, I don't speak bloody Welsh. It sounds to me it's like some it's like Lord of the Rings, bro. And like that's literally what they sound like. Well, that's a bit bright. Probably still tired. I think that's what it is. But yeah, I'm from really everywhere, to be honest with you. It's not one. My family moved to the UK. Oh, sometimes I'm like, is it coffee bean? Because it's like grinded up coffee bean. That one, you know, the one that's like fine. It's like dried coffee, or whatever it's called, dehydrated coffee or whatever they call it, and then grinded coffee beans as well. Right, so today I'm going to be reviewing the skateboarders, not now, it's way too early, bro. I'm going to be reviewing the skateboarders who I'm going to be sponsoring this year. Well, not just this year, but I'm honestly so excited. I think I'm honestly more excited now because I'm going to be able to give people their own skateboard. Oh, it's just exciting, bro. As I say, I used to be skating, but then I had like major injuries, messed myself up. 2 minutes. I'm just going to put a lot more milk in this because it is a tad strong. I need to wake up, Josh. Wake up, wake up. Seriously, I'm so tired. be a case of I drink 2 coffees, you know what I mean, like that, back to back. That might wake me up a little bit. Because of my pain to the match, I have to take some bloody painkillers from the get-go. Tell you what, wear protective gear when you're skateboarding. It's just my life lesson. I can give one lesson I can give to anybody. And then you won't end up in the situation I'm in. Well, maybe not. As I said, like a slip disc in the spine, there's nothing you can really do to avoid that. Only thing you can do is just not skate, which wasn't really an option, let's be real. I mean, it's an option, but it's like, you're not going to sit there and go, oh, okay, I'm just not going to skate now. Like, you've done the injury. You didn't know it's a possible injury, I guess. I didn't know that being absolutely unalive because of YouTube. I don't agree with it. I think it owes the proper word because it just sounds like it's doing it injustice. But oh well. There are so many annual unalignments from skateboarding. I mean, I was generally quite shocked. I was like, oh, maybe a few people in history. No, it's like every year, back to back. I'm like, wow, like that's kind of crazy. Most people are the ones that get like hit by cars, so you're going in the road. So mostly, if you're at skate park, you should be fine, especially if you're wearing protective gear. What's up? Welcome, welcome. Let me go in. What was I going to get? My iPad, that's it. I mean, technically, if people want to say anything to me, like I said before, I have medical broccoli, but people are like, oh, it's so bad. Like, skateboarding's taken out more people than that is. Crazy. Absolutely wild. Hello, welcome, welcome. I say welcome twice, I don't know why. It just feels. Let me find the statistics, because this blew my mind. Oh, come on, wake up, Josh. I'm still trying to wake up slightly. I'm like teeter-tottering on the edge of like actually either falling asleep or waking up again. So if I keep going, keep talking, I'll wake up. If I just actually sit there and watch, I don't know, a podcast or something and do some art, I'll end up probably falling asleep. Because it's therapeutic, do you know what I mean? I sit down, I draw, and I'll probably start yawning. You need to sometimes not do what you're comfortable with to stay awake. It's annoying, really. Anyway, what was I going to do? Oh, yeah. I can't type like this. So big. Do you know what I mean? You're too big. You're typing on the phone screen, like. Here we go. This statistic blew my mind. I mean, I guess I thought nobody did, really. So, approximately 30 people have been unalived annually in the United States alone. And I know that if we want to sit down and say, I mean, I think that's just wild, to be honest with you, because I grew up always thinking, like, you know, there was always that story, that one person that said they might have fallen over, they had sort of fall over and it hit their head. But I mean, it was never, like, really confirmed. I mean, I always thought it was a bit of, like, there's no way. But now I look at it, yes, wait, you could easily land on your neck if you've done something really dangerous, and that could be it. You know, you've gone, lights out. Pale. Anyone here? So yes, I mean people come and go, but yeah, fatalities are usually linked to head injuries while riding on roads. I don't know if that's going to be from cars then. Oh yeah, it says roughly 3/4 of the unalignments involve collisions with a motor vehicle. So stay off the road and you should be fine, really. That's like the point of it. But like after watching, so I'm going to be reviewing this skater today. I'm recording the video today for it anyway. This is who I'm going to be sponsoring. Bear with. So sometimes you feel like stretching kind of wakes you up in the morning, so you can kind of get like, I don't know, it's like the tiredness is trapped in your muscles, so you stretch it out. It's like locked inside you. Right, here we go. Let me bring the camera over, it's a little easier. So this is the guy I'm following, please go check him out. Sponsoring. It gets really, really confusing when I say I'm going to be sponsoring. He's not my sponsor, I'm his sponsor, I'm sponsoring him. Yeah, I don't know, it spins me out saying it. Anyway, let's get it. So you can do tricks like this. I know that's skate, but yeah. He is a really good skater. Are you getting frontside flips and backside flips? I know people really struggle with frontside and backside flips for sure. Like, he does so. This is who I'm going to be sponsoring, and also Matty. So I tell people that's Jordan, that's Matty. They look like they're wearing the same colour shirt, slightly, but one's like slightly lighter. That's Matty. They're good skaters, man. They really are. Because I'm having a little warm up now. And what I like about it, at the beginning, they posted right from the get go, like the more basic stuff, warming up, like starting off with your like just your ollies, your boned out ollies. Then what do they do? Backside tail. Was it backside? I think so. And then a 5-0. What was that? An inward heel, hard flips, very feel. Then you know what I mean. And my point is, they just step up and step up. Look at, oh mate, that was so high. Damn. I have not got no descriptive words this morning for it because I said I'm so tired. Was that a bigger flip? I don't even know, man. It happens so quick because I'm watching it through the screen. And because I don't, and this is going to sound really bad, and I should know this, because I'm obviously going to be sponsoring him. Do you know? Oh yeah, I know how to skateboard. Let me show you guys my skateboarding. I know how to skateboard. I used to skate, not like on the ramps that they do, because I was in a transition skater or without skater. I was a street skater, so I would do more like rails, ramps, ledges. I would also do more weird tricks. Like this is me. I can do like rock faking and stuff, but that's when I turned myself into a graphic. But anyway, no, I find a property of me doing some, but I just can't skate the same anymore. I think this is when I got like a shit little ollie. I hadn't skated for months because I've been with the business. So like little front side 180s, little nose manuals. If I keep going down, because there's been a lot of fingerboard, because obviously having the fingerboard company in the business. So you can do flip tricks into a manual. Oh, that was a proper boned out one, but I need to find. So that is when someone said to me, just get a real board because I was fingerboarding. And I was just like, oh yeah, you were saying. Because I do skate. I went into a primo flip, bro. Do you know what I mean? Like that. Wait, with the stream. Oh, wait. So I'm confused what you mean. But yeah, I would skateboard on live, but I don't have the space to do that. You know what I mean? Like when I have a workshop properly, because this is like skate addiction workshop, right? But once I actually have a workshop, because we've got skateboards, beanies, tops, jumpers. I'm sponsoring skaters, so you can tell that is really taking off. So when I have like an office, I'm gonna have like a camera in a few different spots that I'll be able to like switch between while I'm live streaming. So there'll be an office section where we're making boards, maybe there'll be a section that I want to do in the back. Even if I make it myself, just gonna have like ramps, quarter pipe, things like this little spine. Because I do want to get back into some skating again. Like I love things like bigger flips, big spins. I mean, let me try and find. I did get a big spin. I mean, this is me doing a fakey flip, no fakey heel. So I'm not bad at skating. I'm not the best anymore. Do you know what I mean? It's a case of like, yeah, it's sad really, but I mean, I can manage to at least keep on doing what I love to a degree. Like, there's another one I done where I was sitting with these guys and we went up on this thingy and they all. I was like, oh damn! I didn't expect he went down hard. Blessed him. I felt so bad for that guy. That's me. I'm like, I had the longest hang time. I'm like, oh wait, because I look behind me and I see him fall, so I step off, but the board hit me in the flipping shin, and you know that hurt. I mean, that's not the worst. I'm just used to it. Like the amount of injuries I've had, bro, from skateboarding, example. People like when I fell over, another person I'm sponsoring was like, "Are you okay? You okay?" Because he knows how I injured myself. I'm like, bro, I'm not old. I'm joking, obviously, and I appreciate it. I think that's the thing with skaters. We don't want always that sort of sympathy because we just skate because I mean we going watch my legs. Oh, sorry, I think I need to review myself falling off the board because it'll make people laugh, surely. I mean, it literally brings a tear to my eye. It makes my day. That's being humble to the very core, bro. Like, oh, sorry, it does. It is funny, innit? I'll see if I can find some more ones. Wait 1 second. There's one where I'm just like, I do funny things like this. It's like me going to the shop with a skateboard, right? And I've got a flipping granny trolley on the back, and I'm stood on it, on the tail. Perfect idea. I could take everything to the shop. Wait, oh, do you mean do a flip? I don't know, I'm confused what you mean. You know, okay, thank you. Is that's a fairly clean one. That's when I started to fingerboard a little bit better. I got that manual kick flip. So you can see I'm proper flicking it with my fingers. Well, like, I lost the ability to fingerboard as good. And people are like, bro, how can you fingerboard and skate? I'm like, I don't know, skating's just my thing. If you put me on, like, I don't know, what are they called? Ice skate, skis. Bro, I can ski ish. Maybe I can stand on them, I can move, but you know, on a snowball, easy. I could do things like, I don't know what people do in flares, like 180s, because they're saying grabs and stuff like that. But I find anything with a board easier. And people go, wait, so board? I'm like, bro, it's attached to your feet. If anything, it's easier. Do you know what I mean? I mean, it's heavier. Granted, I remember going to snowboarding with my mate, right? And I was like, right, I'll give you 20 quid if you can kickflip the board. And bless him, he tried. He's like, I don't think I can do it. And I'm like, I don't think you can either, mate. And he was like, there's got to be a way. There's not even really a nose or a tail on it. Like, I mean, realistic compared to a skateboard, you know what I mean? There's like nothing there. Oh, it makes me laugh. Oh, it's things like this as well that I enjoy doing, because this was more freestyle. It's just swishing around on the board. What was that? Oh, was that like, I don't know. I like basic stuff. I'm not always too techy. Always. I don't want to do stuff like that by mistake and land primo. Like that freaks me out. Or on the stuff. Oh, what? No, that wasn't what I was doing either. So I always think I've got the right video up because it looks like the same picture. Or there's like this time I'm looking back at the camera. I'm like, is it recording? Yeah, good. Hit a shard of glass and stack it. I'm like, the amount of people drink at the thingy, that's why. And they just smash their ball. Or this is like when I know it's a heel flip, right? But I know a lot of people dislike. It is about the catch though, because it's a good catch. It's a front foot catch. That one, it dips. You want it to get the bone to the foot. You want it to flick. So when people actually say to me, "Judge, you skateboard," I'm like, "Oh yes," quite often. I mean, I love skiing so much, man. This is when I started to get kick flips again, but like primo, that's people's biggest fear, I think, with the kick flip, to be honest with you. But if you watch how hard my kick flips were to do, because I would rock it in them so much. But yeah, I'm just trying to do like no complies and stuff like that. Just warming up, really. Oh, I can't watch this because this actually hurts so much. Do you see my thumb? Oh, bro, I know it seems like nothing, but my thumb like dislocated, like, and then like relocated itself with my full body weight. It hurts so bad. I just fell onto my face. But I'm the only one finding this funny, but it's good. You got to learn to laugh at yourself. You really do. You got to learn to laugh at yourself. Oh shit, it hurt. But I need to find one where I've fallen over and over again. It really made me laugh, so I know. I did actually bring a tear to my eye. Because I find them so funny. Because you do it yourself, and like, you know, and you get back up, and you do it again. Oh, it's really not that funny, innit? I'm just like hysterical at this point. There's some. I mean, that one was just like, what even happened, right? That's a good way to practice, people. Hold on to a bar. I mean, it doesn't help with for me personally, I struggle with the body weight thing. Oh my lord. I know what I need to do when I'm feeling down. I need to just watch videos of me falling off my skateboard. If I watch other videos of other people slamming, I don't find it funny, but watching videos of me falling, I find it so funny. I look so confused. Oh. a joke. Oh man, it's not even that funny. It really isn't. Oh, you're crying, not me. Right, so he's gonna get through it. I was like, "Where's the ball gone?" Just turn around. I know how to make me feel better. I need to watch this video every single day. It's me, by the way, right? I'm just saying. It's just I find it so funny watching myself slam. Oh, that's made me bring a tear to my bloody eye. Oh no, man. That woke me up. Oh shit, that's not what I meant to do. I know it's really not that funny. I'll be like, what's so funny, bro? I think I find it so funny that I'm happy to just also show people me slamming that so hard. Like, people are like, bro, that's embarrassing. I'm like, not for me, not for a skateboarder. I find it honestly hilarious. Bro, I need to stop flipping joking. Oh, bro, is that when there's a Karen King? Yeah, man, Karen I've had as well, damn. But anyway, on to the point. I need to download that one where I fell off again. 2 seconds. I hope everyone's having a good morning anyway, sorry. So it actually really gets me gutted when I fall off this board and I don't get it on camera. I'd rather get that on camera than me landing a good trick for some reason, because I find it funny. I think it's gonna grab any time of you being framed, right? So it ain't even about getting 200 views, just about getting a good clip on camera. Like the chances you recording or something's gone wrong. Because I always believe, people always believe, you know, you deliberately messed up just because, you know, what are the chances of recording? Well, something goes wrong that often with that many people. It's like they deliberately, you could see them, they're like looking at the camera, like, you ready? Yeah, right, I dick about a bit too much, so I hurt myself, and then they hurt themselves a bit too much, and they're not out. But this is me generally, like, in the moment, I'm like skating and boom, like, my whole world's just like, I mean, look how slow this fall was. Ready? What happened to my body? I glided, I went, bro, I ascended. Oh, this is what I mean. Oh, I think I'm gonna be. As I said, I can skate. It doesn't give it a good. It doesn't give it a good look, does it? We all have our days. Trust me. We all have our days. I just find them funnier. I realise I need to make a more recent version of me slamming because there's way more videos. I mean, this is another one where I go. Wait, is it the same one? Yeah. That's how you get back up. How? I think that's about 4 foot. I believe it's. Oh, that one hurt as well. So this is me just trying to get my transition back. Yeah, it hit me right in the shin. And that's like I stepped off my back foot. I don't know why, but at the same time, you don't want to step off with your front foot because if you have your foot, if you say if you've got your foot on your skateboard, if you step off with your front foot, that happens. But if you step off with your back foot, that happens. You can kind of plant your foot like an anchor. And I know other skaters will know this, but if you are on your bolts body weight over it, you should be fine. You're not going to go like that and go over it. But you'd sure as hell, if you go like that and step off with your front foot, will flip the board. So much so, if you're going with enough speed, the ball will hit you in the face. Because think about it, my feet looking down, my head, a step off, like that, what happens? The board hits me in the face. I'm not about fingerboard right, I'm about skateboard. It's just a perfect little example. There's just some stuff on the bank, but yeah, I've got to download. I'm going to do another mashup clip of me failing, and I think that's how I'm going to start from. But right, so everybody, like, I've got, you know, skate company. This is why I'm sponsoring other people, and then show me literally slamming it over and over and over. Obviously, I can skate, but I just still find it funny. Because it's being humble, I prefer being that sort of skater. Yeah, I fall off so often. Oh, I can't watch it again. If people want to watch it again, trigger warning, squeamish trigger warning. It's not even squeamish, just watch my thumb. It dislocated from my full body weight. I don't even know what I was trying to do, bro. I'll be honest with you. I think I was trying to do like a hand plant, flip the board under my, and I never done it again since. I was like, you know what? Yeah, nah. That wasn't worth the pain. Like my hand for like a whole month was just agony, absolute agony. So guys, I decided like I want to come on lives and be more positive, more happy. I don't want to come in here and be like too political, to be honest with you. The reason being, I've had enough of politics, bro. There's not much I can do. I would rather have a laugh. I'd rather have a good day. I would rather. That is me, and I've lost touch of who I am. You get stuck in these echo chambers. Not saying that they're not right, or some of them aren't right, but it's not a good place to be. Do you know what I mean? And I don't want my life to become that place. I want my life to be a place where people can have a laugh. People can openly mock and joke, and that is what it is. We're taking it back to the banter days, like, where people can actually have a laugh. We're not snowflakes here. I mean, when I say it's sort of, I have PTSD, so of course I can get triggered easy, but I don't let things trigger me the best I can and do whatever I can not to. But as I say, I'm getting out of that echo chamber sort of environment, and we're going to laugh at me falling off the board. And then today, going to be reviewing the skaters I'm going to be sponsoring. It's funny because it looks like I couldn't skate, so I started a skate company instead. I was like, well, I'm injured, and so, well, I guess it got to a point at the beginning, I have to explain that to people every time, but now I just don't care. Not in a bad way, obviously. I mean, I don't care if people think I'm unemployed, I have a job or not. It really doesn't bother me because in your heart of heart, you should know what you're doing and be proud of that. I mean, I'm so happy to be sponsoring people. I know they're not sponsored yet, but I mean, they're about to be. I need to get on the board. And when I say get on the board, I make the board. I just need to get on the board ready. So ready? Watch my legs. Wait. I don't know if you can hear the noise, but it goes wing, boing, like so like a fling onto my ass. But that's when I started to get nollies again. Do you see my hands? Like I was like, wait, what? Wait. I think that's what's pure about it. You forget you're recording because you're enjoying skating, right? But when you remember, you're like, oh yeah, that's brilliant. That's on camera for one. But two, I'm like sat there looking at the board, like, what are you doing me dirty for, bro? Like, I thought we had a connection. I thought we had a bond. Oh, I'm sorry. It's just oh yeah. Damn, I forgot I got my backside 180s down because I know everyone will know backside 180s are. It doesn't look like a backside 180 because the camera's all flipping reverse, isn't it? There we go. This will look a little easier, maybe. See, it wasn't the cleanest one, but it's when I started to get backside 180s again down last summer. It's weird how sometimes I'll be good with a backside 180, right? Or, I don't know. And then sometimes I'll be good with a kickflip, but then so I can't have both of them. No chance. Oh yeah, it's when I really was aiming for the backside 180s. If anyone knows backside 180s are generally like quite difficult. I don't know what it is about backside 180s, especially if someone to get a backside flip. I always used to struggle with backside flips. I don't know why. Bro, I've got to find the clip where I was like, I'm falling off. I've got you. It's priceless. Because I'm gonna do a skating slam video, which is all but they're funny, bro. They're funny. I've got actually a lot more than I thought I did. So I've got a lot more successful ones that I've got, but who uploads always the bad stuff. But I think it's just the realism of skateboarding. You don't ever get it every time. Bear with. People go on about winter arc when they go on about working out, bro. I get the same thing with skating. I'm really confused. I swear there was another clip. See guys, I'm really confused right now. There's times where I think of it like this, right? And this is also like crazy. I went to a Primo, bro. What was that? What was that shit? You can see how things have changed. It's the same ramp, just didn't have skateboard to that point yet. I like seeing progression to things as well. I think that's what I like it too. Right, let me try. I gotta find this fail. I don't even know. Did I download them all? I swear I didn't download all the fails. And as I said, we're going to be comparing my fails to people's good skating skill. I may have actually got them all. Bear with, because I mean, I think out of all of them, the fun one is the one I can't watch, where I land, like, I literally, it looks like I dislocate my thumb. But my funniest ones are probably that one. This is one of my favourite ones I went to. Oh, I'm sorry, it's funny, it's making me laugh for long enough in the morning. I went to grab the board when my hand had gone. That one hurt, I'm not gonna lie, that one really messed me up. Like, that ripped the whole skin up my knee. So, like, even the smallest slams like that can really mess you up. And then obviously, like, I'm like, oh, I don't know. I don't like transition or vert, I'll be honest with you. It's just not my thing. And yeah, there was just like, they're not hard, but I mean, people don't realise that when you're falling from 3 foot, bro, that's a 3 foot I think there. Maybe even 2.5 foot. I think that's like 3 to 2. But even when you're falling from that and you're like, what, 6 foot something? That hurts, bro. That's a long fall. You know what I mean? You had it, what's that? That's like 12 feet? Imagine that's terrible maths. Ignore my maths. That's awesome, bro. So I went to Australia and go New Zealand. I wanted to go New Zealand, but also because of to go see like where the Hobbit houses are and stuff like that. It'd be awesome. It may seem like I know people don't realise, but because a lot of people who are not in the US or the UK think I'm from the US sometimes, but I'm actually from the UK. I'm not saying everyone does it, but I mean, to some people it's kind of a given. Especially when I start laughing. I'm sorry, man. These slams are gonna like every day. I feel shit. I'm gonna sit there and watch my slam videos, right? Because they are just priceless. I don't know which one I love more. Is it this one here? So when I land on my ass, man, it's like I bounce up on my bum, like I bounce on it. I didn't realise I was that bouncy. Or there's just like the ones like that, which was just I don't know why I done a nollie front shove it, but I didn't do it right, and I kind of went really like on the nose to the tail, if you know what I mean, and then I just. I hate backside shove its. I really do. They're my worst enemy. That sounds dumb. That sounds really dumb because people are like, how can you do a kickflip or heel flip but not backs? I practice. There's certain things I practice more than others. I honestly really, really, really do not like backside shove its. I think frontside shove its feel really nice. Backside shove its feel weird. Some people have backside shove its like on a tee, like really naturally. And I'm on about skateboarding here. I went on fingerboarding. If I went on about fingerboarding, I'd say front and backside shove its are easier. Frontside shove its are harder on the fingerboard. I think it's where you'd have to like pop like that. You know what I mean? It's like a like that. Yeah, you kind of have to like without trying to get the shove it motion. That's difficult. But on a fingerboard, no skateboard, I think a frontside shove is easier. But if I do a backside shove it, that's terrible. Oh my lord. That's what you get for having no warm up for a day or two, to be honest with you. Yesterday I didn't fingerboard because the shit went down. Great. I thought I was getting ill. Lucky people got to get ill for a camera, but I mean, or a live stream, I mean, the camera, but that makes you sound old. Welcome everybody. Hey, it's blue skies. That is what we want. I'm joking. It's not going to last long. It's going to be, red sky at night, shepherd's delight, red sky in the morning, shepherd's warning. That's it, isn't it? Yeah, I'm pretty sure it is. I'll tell you what. I might go for not now, just like a morning stroll in about 20, 30 minutes, and then obviously I'll be back on. I'm just going to walk the dog. enjoy a bit of the sunshine. And to be honest with you, as I say, I want to get more clips of me falling off the board. And that sounds really dumb, but I kind of like those more. Oh, man. So, which one was I going to show again? But yeah, this is my favourite one of all time out of all the clips. Bye. That one hurt. I tore I've torn my ACLs and my MCL, right. I think I re-ripped my meniscus when I done that one because the way my leg landed, and that one really re-aggravated my trip. But it's there, yeah. It's the way it kind of like pulled and it twisted at the left. That's what can tear meniscus like real easy. You gotta be so careful. But I will be doing a video like a mashup of all my fails. But I will be doing a warning at the beginning saying like don't watch if you're a skater that doesn't want to watch someone slam it. I mean they're not bad, but it's gonna. I'm also gonna be doing a review of because people are like, why don't you skate, bro? I'm like, well, I do skate, but I just have seizures. Well, I don't have seizures anymore. Like I have medical for that. But I'm also like in my area, there's nobody with a skate business at all. Like pretty much, or not as mainstream or international as mine has become. Like you know what I mean. I have 27 different stores. I say stores, but I mean around the world. I ship to. I ship to how many countries? This is like 28 now. I'm in contact with people at Heron Skateboards, which is probably the most prestigious company to come out of the UK. And I mean, to be honest with you, when I was messaging him, I was like a kid on Christmas. I was trying to keep my cool and act professional and remind myself, Josh, you are a businessman too. You've got this at the same time as freaking out. Like, this is amazing, right? Because, I mean, cool, you can, like, I mean, they are big shit. I know people like, yeah, cool, Revive, big and this and that. But you got to remember, they come out of the UK. They're going to be smaller than those people, but to make it as big as he, I was like, I have nothing but respect for that guy to make out of a place like the UK and make it almost main stage, as I like to say. You know what I mean? Because I feel like you're not. I wouldn't want to be part of Hollywood, but you have all of that elite society or whatever. I wouldn't want to be part of anyway. And that's why I've always respected people like Tony Hawk, Ronnie Mullen. Like they're the pioneers of skating. I don't like to call it a sport because to me it's not. It is a sport, but sport then becomes inherently team driven and opposites and the world's literally got enough of that right now. So I'm like, I think I love skating, bro. When you see men, women, children, doesn't matter where you're from, what you did, like you know, you have the same interests, and in that moment, it's pure, and I love that. There's nothing like it. Yeah, I mean, but there are other sports like it, of course there are. But I mean, there's a lot of. I mean, is it ice hockey? Was it hockey? Or was it ice skating? There was a lady that was got someone unalive so she would win the competition or attempted, and then she actually still survived the attack. I can't remember the exact story, not to be like disrespectful. I know a lot of true crime podcasts and like cases and stuff like that, and like almost too many. It's like literally what I do. I sit there. I find it funny because people are like, isn't it disturbing that people that listen to these podcasts? No, because I actually have psychopathy, which is a sociopath, which is stigmatized. Because to add to that, if people go and Google it and look it up, there's actually only 4 serial killers in history. Well, no, it's actually 3, sorry, that had that condition, like a sociopath or a psychopath. Well, like all of them were, is a big lie. I mean, seriously, go and check it out. It's a lie. It fed like the movies and the media, and all this crap. So I found it really interesting that they were trying to put me in a box or essentially rope you in with that sort of group of people, and that's why it was like my kind of thing to disprove it. But like I didn't even needed to disprove it. It started to happen anyway over the years because it's more linked to things like autism, unfortunately, and stuff like that. And people have disorders or BPD mixed in with a few other things. God, what was I going to get up? I can't remember now. But yeah, as I say, reviewing the clips today. Oh, that's going to be ace. I just need to wake up first, man. I'm not waking up. Damn it. So sometimes I need to watch myself fall on my ass a few more times just to wake up. This one is just making me laugh the most. It's how I bounce on my bum. It looks like I bounce on my bum. And then I'm like looking at the board like, why'd you do me dirty like that? Like, oh, tell me that is an ace, right? Oh, I love watching it every time. Oh, it never gets old. It literally never gets old. It literally brings a tear to my eye. Oh, damn it. It's too funny. Ah, right. Damn it. Well, I only have until 9 o'clock today anyway. It's not going to be until later one. Well, actually, no, I'll have a little bit longer after that. After about 10. I would love to fingerball right now, guys, but it's 6:46, and I know I'll just really piss off my neighbour at this point. Oh, it's so wonderful having to work from so early. Oh, I'm absolutely exhausted. What time is it? Yes, that means I can take my meds. I don't actually, to be honest with you. I feel like I've heard of that. I've had some. I think someone said that the other day. Actually, now that rings a bell, but I don't. Because I was like, was it a band or was it a brand? A band or a brand? Either or. It rings a bell, but it's probably just because Stray and Kids are both worth it. Does anyone ever get that? Where like, it seems familiar. I wonder if it seems familiar because it's two words that people know together, like Stray and Kids, or do you know what I mean? I can't think of anything now. Great, my brain is like a mushy pea. Not mushy pea. So yeah, yesterday I fell off my board again, and this is what made me want to like do a mash off my clips. Unlucky, I didn't get it on camera, but I literally overstepped. So do you know when you're riding along or whatever on a skateboard? I have got a twin tail, so they're the same both sides, but my trucks are looser on one side. So I'm riding along, and I've actually got my looser ones front ways, which is a very bad decision to make because you're pushing into wobbliness rather than having the back trucks as wobbly on a skateboard and having the front ones more secure means you can turn easier on the back ones and rely on the pressure of the back wheel and then for stability push in the front. If that makes sense, it's like it doesn't wobble then and counteract. Like the board went that way, and then I went like that to overstep it, but twisted my knee like in the air. Well, as I not in the air, but as I landed, twisted it kind of in the air because I didn't just land in one spot. I kind of like skidded around on the floor a little bit, but on my leg. It's like a bloody ice skate, like on one leg. Because I know people know when you're a skateboarder, you have incredible ability of keeping yourself on your feet when you fall off the board. Like the ball will go flying out one way, and you will. So say you're riding along like this, where like it actually flies out and people just legs go up and go onto the ground. Skaters, I think, have an amazing ability to get their legs back underneath them in time. I there's times I have definite. I mean, granted, the video I was showing a minute ago, like this one as an example, is not one of those times. It tried, but my feet just, what I mean. My feet just don't. They're scrambling for the ball, bro. They're scrambling for the floor, anything, just to try and land. And then it's like, nope. Sure, I find it too funny. Right, I'm just gonna quickly go try that. Oh man. literally made myself laugh now on those fails because they're just too funny. So if people want to see them in their stuff compiled into like, what was that? Compiled into one thing. Like, it's not really a fail at all, but so I mean, I'm like, oh, I didn't really land a fail there. But ones like this will be as the returning eclipse. This is like one of my favourites of all time. Like, that was in the middle of the. So as a street skater, I don't particularly go to a skate park always. I like curbs, I like ledges and stair sets and Eurogaps and anything like that, right? It doesn't matter. But so this is literally in front of so many people and a nice, like, I mean, it's my estate, granted, but I mean, it's in front of so many people. So you don't have the place to be like embarrassed in life when you're a skateboarder because trust me, like, I mean, that's why I recommend skateboarding for one. And people are like, oh, falling over is scary and hard. It's not. I mean, you worry about it and then it happens. You're like, oh, it ain't that bad actually until you have like okay, probably that one, but that like what that one hurt. And I don't even know what I was trying to do there. Like that one, yeah, this one was just me trying to kick the board up behind me. I was like, where's it gone? I stood on it as I turned, and it made the turn because I somehow put my body weight onto one side. Like someone ran over and they're like, "Are you alright?" And I was like, "Oh yeah, it happens all the time." I was just saying. I'm like, look, I can't move right now. This person is currently unavailable. Please, like, no, but seriously, I was like done for on my back. I was like, oh no. And then, they're like, Junior, I'm like, no, I'm fine. Just lay a little bit, like, brush off. And it was the same with this one because it really messed my knee up. I literally just lay it. Yeah, that one I got straight, even though it messed my knee up the worst. I think that's what happens when it doesn't hurt too bad. You want to lay there, like it's almost like close call lay down. Like, oh, cool, especially if you've been battling out all day. But when it's a bad one, I feel like you know it's bad. You get up and you're like, oh, I want to see if I can. I've got to make sure I can walk with this one. Make sure my leg doesn't pop out my leg because where I had a compound fracture is where my bone came out my arm before from skating. Don't panic. What happened to people really. I was a stupid skater. You can see all the times I've fallen over. I was still fighting. It's like basic little ones like that. My head went right back, concrete. No helmet. Here, straight onto my arm. Here, straight onto my leg and my arm. Granted, I have elbow pads on there, but I feel like that's a good lesson. No, I didn't have elbow pads actually. I have wrist pads, but nothing else. But yeah, Bob. So it shouldn't discourage you. If anything, it's something to laugh at. I mean, it's made my day like getting up and looking at this in the morning. Are you trying to say Catholic? Is that what that's trying to say? Catholic there? Is that what you're trying to say? No, I'm not a Catholic. But I'm not getting into this debate again. I get into it every single day. I appreciate people who they want to be, unless that is hurting other people, and then I'm not okay with it. But we're all like, that's just my. I am entitled to my opinion. I think the moment anyone crosses the boundary of hurting children or anything like that, or unless then it's not okay. But then I also believe in self-defense. So I'm like a cross between, just everything that should be right in the world, nothing that's wrong. Mind crime, like if a guy takes a loaf of bread, you didn't see anything. I mean, realistically, the guy's starving. But if he's taking Beats headphones and an apple, well, like, you're probably trying to feed an addiction, right? And I've been an addict before, and all I can say is it's not helping the person to feed the addiction sometimes. Society, we need to have these people, not treat them like scum. But completely going off the topic there, but my whole point is the reason I just have a struggle with a lot of different days because a lot of them either go against what they say themselves or they contradict themselves, and that's my opinion. But I'm not going to sit here and tell people they can't, unless it interferes with me personally. But I wouldn't say no. I'm not a Catholic. I know my adoptive mum. I don't really know the difference between Catholic and then I know Catholic and Protestant in it. So you actually kind of do know the difference now. I thought about it because I'm not actually. I was born in Wales, but I'm not. My family moved to the UK. But I respect British values, 100%. So I'm really gassy, stomach acid. Don't drink alcohol. That's British culture. I mean, that's one part of British culture. I don't agree with as much, but I mean, each their own as well. At the same time, it's like I said, as long as you're not harming anybody. And I mean, technically, if you're really over drinking, so I mean, this conversation could just go and go and go and go. But yeah, there's a limit in life. I do believe. Just like if I was to have a load of caffeine or coffee or something, it's to make me go a little bit weird. You know what I mean? Put people on edge. It's affecting other people. You should only ever do stuff in life to try and be a good person. If we all done so to try and help other people, and we all tried that, it would be a better place. But then understandably to the people who aren't online, like you know what I mean. All I say is like I believe you are allowed to have like in the New Testament, it pretty much makes out obviously any sin that you do, Jesus died for our sins, right? But I do I agree, but at the same time I'm so confused on the whole, and this is just my opinion, so please people hear me out for a second. I'm confused because like it says, you know, you should just let God deal with everything. You let Him do it. He is, you know. So someone comes in. So, but in America, you're allowed. Is it Fifth Amendment, Second Amendment? I don't know which one it is. No, I'm not American. But where you get to pew pew someone that runs through your door, self-defense, right? In your country, it's like it's fine. You're not like a sinner. You protected your family. But in the New Testament, it goes against that saying where He died to you. Jesus died so you wouldn't have to do that. Like you're meant to leave it up to God. But me, someone comes in through my, I will walk through hellfire, or however you want to call it, for the safety of my partner and family. That is just all I will say. So when I go deep down, like, are you truthfully like this? I couldn't be deep down, like, because I mean, how could you be? Because as it says, it teaches not, you know, violence is just, the Old Testament is more like, I don't agree with a lot of things in that. That's why it was being corrected. But then at the same time, like, and I agree with that part. Things should be corrected, truthfully. But then it's like, what? There's no violence. Unfortunately, in a world filled with violence against you, that doesn't. No. Um, but then that's what I mean. We're all entitled to believe what we want. I don't mean I go out there and seek some sort of vengeance, violence against anybody or any person or any. You know what I mean? Anything. Me. I protect my home, my family, my partner, me, and my immediate. You know what I mean? That's it. That's what I would do. And in the eyes of a proper Christian, devout, like Orthodox, you would leave it up to God to deal with people. So, like, so someone runs through your door, tries to do something. It's like, you start praying. I'm like, I understand people like that, and I actually respect the faith on a whole other level. I'm like, Dad, that is faith on like, that's crazy. I respect it. But I also take it as God comes to you in the moment of strength and gives you the strength. I don't think it's like people waiting for God to turn up with an aluminium, not what they call aluminum, whatever the batch, you know, plutonium. Is it plutonium? No, that's a different thing. Because that's the plutonium is to plate. No, it's plutonium's radioactive. Oh, bro, my brain's not working. Is it whatever it's a metal bat, wooden bat? They're expecting God to turn up with a bat, right? But I don't think that's actually going to happen, bro. Do you know what I mean? I think like the power of God or whatever you believe in is in you in that moment to to do what's right. So that's what I would say on that matter, really. It's quite a lot to say on that, but yeah, it's so difficult. There's never a yes or no answer to anything. I don't think. Yeah, it really is all circumstantial. Everything in life, pretty much. Well, no, there is wrong and right, definitely. But I mean, there's a lot based, I'd say, on circumstance as well. You can't just put everything into a bad category. Like me, I've done good things, I've done bad things in my life. You know, I've been an addict, I've been violent, but I've also, you know, done charity work and helped other people out through addiction or about to try and sponsor skaters. And then it's like, I'm not doing that for me. I'm doing it for all of us as a skate community. Because I mean, if I do it for me, I'll be trying to make more money than I am. That is the truth of it. But I'm also making a website right now as well. No, I've made the website, bro. I keep saying that at the moment. I've designed the website already, but the app for the App Store is coming out soon. Man, I can't believe I'm going to have an app on the App Store. I'm so gassed about it because this is what it's going to look like. So it'll have like live and all these things at the bottom. So nothing there yet. Yeah, be able to go through. You can. Oh, there won't be any in-app apps on that other than the skateboards themselves. I'm going to go through to a shop. 1 second. These are just like fill-ins where the lives will be because you'll be able to go live there to upload clips. Did you know how skate companies like tag us in off you do it, and I feel like it's annoying because then you're going through other platforms trying to find it. If people want to be part of competitions and community, you can just upload it directly to this. It'd be like 30 megabytes an app. It's for the app, like really, really small. I try and make it as small as I possibly can, and I have like nothing in there, like no notifications, like wasted space, nothing like that. Because there isn't a notification bar. Doesn't need to be one. You know, I go live with a video or something every day, and I give people the information or whatever they need. They don't need to be like filled up with like notifications, like, ding 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 ding. Do you know what I mean? And I'm just excited for it, bro. So I say it's about building the community app. I feel like I don't know why nobody else hasn't done it yet. Because I know other people use TikTok, but people will do. But at the same time, it's another place people can still. If I wanted to just scroll it and go through skate videos and have no ads, there isn't anywhere I can do that. It's like I have to find them and go find a good one and go find an ad. Why this will be that I will not let any companies like, can we pay you to sponsor? But I don't need them for my business. But thank you, I appreciate it. So I don't need ads. I don't need the ad time. I don't need the revenue, and everyone will have the same thing. But there'll be a way to make money. I've got to figure that out. How can I make money for people without ad time and just watch time? That is a very challenging thing because normally ad time would be revenue for watch time. So it's really trying to figure out how that would work. It could be a case of the way you do it is actually Google ad clicks, which is no, they won't be on here. It'll be when people click through to go to the shop, right? And that would generate it. And I know that sounds weird, but there are ways to do it. You just got to be really smart about it. Yeah, and you know, people don't go smart about it. People just go easy. Okay, how can I make money? Okay, just put a donation box there. What are they donating for? I don't know exactly. Loads of people pay for like videos 12 hours early, and I personally think that is such a waste of money. When you're going to get the video, wake up the next day, you could just like, you know what I mean, just watch another video the day before, and just next day, just, what's the point? Why are we all paying for like subscriptions to get things earlier? Oh well. But I'm pretty sure now we are the first skate company to have well, I know we are in UK to have our own skateboards and fingerboards, a website and an app. So, and beanies and tops and jumpers. It just shows you anything is possible. It really does show anything is possible. I mean, granted, I'm a very hard worker. I don't stop. But I mean, even if you were to stop and have like considerate, you know, realistic breaks. Oh, I can see I've got design. The people who are going to be sponsoring their graphics. Oh, the chat is quiet today. What is everyone up to? What's everyone doing? Why is everyone so quiet? What's everyone doing today? Hope everyone's having a good day. So I'm including everyone. I'm just hoping when people don't want to talk, if I talk, it gets people intrigued in the conversation. But that doesn't always work. People just sit there and listen like a radio, and I'm like, what's everyone doing? Like, come on, let's get the chatting, let's get the conversation flowing. And what do you call it? As I say, I'll be uploading a fail clip again, which has just got a few more fails that I've added to like, well, it's gonna be last year or so. It does show you though, like some of the sounds are quite not brutal at all. I mean, some of them look more brutal than others, and some of them aren't brutal, but some of them look brutal. Like I came off the spine, which is about 4 foot, 5 foot up spine, from the top and went onto my back. But with the way I rolled, you move your energy. You know, you don't just go. You kind of go, and you take that energy and you roll with it. Because otherwise, if you go flat like a pancake, shit, that would hurt like a lot. Like when I step like this one. I mean, granted, it was a speed bump, so this is actually probably one of my favourite looking fail videos I've actually ever seen as well. I know it sounds stupid, but it's just how I disappear. Wait, oh, there's the wrong one. Yeah, it's wait, not yet. This one. It's how I disappear. Oh man, this is how I love it. I'm sorry, it literally brings a tear to my eye. So it's like, I love when I look really confused as well. Like, see, gone. I led there for a second or two. Yet again, the ball landed primo. That one hurt more, probably than the rest of them did. But it's when you really hurt yourself and you've got to walk it off to make sure you're okay. That's when, if someone gets up and walks instantly, you know that they're probably, potentially, it could have been worse than actually, because I want to make sure they're okay. Because I've had that before. I'm like, shit. Right, this one makes me laugh always because I forget the camera's recording. What do I do with my hands? Why? I know it isn't funny, but it is funny. If you're a skateboarder, you know, it's humbling. It's humbling. I love skating that for that reason. People are like, is that never embarrassing? I'm like, no, not one time is it embarrassing. If anything, I'm like, I hope that, I've even said to people like, I hope that, I hope that made your day or something, like not in a nasty way, but like I'll be smiling. I'm like, well, that was a good thing to see, you know. Or I bet you're happy you picked this road to walk down today because I'll just stack it in the most funny way. You know, when someone's not really hurt, when we watch someone fall over, it is funny. It is because it's so weird. I don't know why. I think it's human response to sometimes react to shock with that sort of like because it is. We don't see it every day. You don't see someone just fall over every day. To see somebody go over like really hard, and especially if you're the only one on the road at first, they must feel really awkward because they feel like they've got to run over and help me. But as a skater, I'm like, I hear people go, I'm like, okay, just stick your thumb up, just make sure they know you're good. I was like, I'm just going to lay here for a minute. You know, there's been times I knocked myself out, right? And I remember waking up, it was like slightly dark, like darker, it got like darker blue. And I was like, oh. And I literally remember it, and then it was dark again, but I was slightly more over to the wall. And somebody, I have no idea why they didn't do anything. And this is why I'm like society and the bystander effect. Am I right? Sorry, this is playing in the background. I can't concentrate the bystander effect, right? It was like, I was like, oh man, I was like, oh. My name's guy. I was like, do you know what time it is? He was like, I don't know, man, but you've been laying on the ground for about 2 hours. And I was like, you didn't check on me. He was like, oh, you moved yourself over. You like, you crawled a bit, and then you just looked like you went to sleep. And I was like, oh, what? Because that's normal. I mean, like, what? If I see someone go over, I'm gonna go and be like, you're right. Hello. Do I need to call an ambulance? I could have been like bleeding out or anything. That's all I'm saying. Like, it's wild that somebody would just sit there and be like, oh, that was fine. Go back to what they're doing. See them crawling over like 10 minutes later, or I don't know, even flipping how long it was. In fact, he said an hour. I was like, damn. I don't know if like I generally caused myself such bad concussion because I felt quite sick. I knew that like when I woke up, I felt so sick. That's why I wasn't really in the mood for like instigating anything with anybody like that, bro. I was just, I mean, I was so confused that I felt like, do you know, have you ever been like, I've lived in London, which was a dangerous area, and I've been attacked before. I injured myself, right, and it was the worst thing to happen because I'm like, crap, I have to walk. I can't run now. So it was like, if I did need to run, because people know in London, sometimes you need, if you've got like 20 people on your back, what are you possibly meant to do, right? Become the Hulk. You know what I mean? Like, it just doesn't work like that. I wish. So, yeah, what are you meant to do, right? You mess yourself up really bad, so you're limping home, and you look vulnerable too because you're limping and you're like weaker because you injured yourself doing something you love. But then people just take that as weakness, and you're like, oh, if I didn't have a damaged leg, do you know what I mean? Because it is kind of like that because you feel under threat. It's like truthfully you are vulnerable, I guess, at that moment. So I also think that's why I always liked street skating because I'd street skate near places where I knew I could get away, like if I was injured or something like that. Because I'm telling you what, you do not want to be skating somewhere in London, knock yourself out. Because I said I was having seizures, not from knocking myself out. I just had seizures anyway. I wasn't aware of this, but I'd wake up and go, wait, what happened? And you don't want your phone or everything to be gone because people robbed you. I mean, this is London, bro. We're talking about, do you know what I mean? So you was always finding about, you know what I mean, like these quiet little. I mean, when I say quiet in London, like quiet, how quiet can quiet be? But like the quietest you can kind of get. I mean, I loved South Banks, but there was one time that I woke up and everybody was like around me and they were looking at me. There's like two hubbers that are like I can't call them hubbers, but they're just like you've got a bit that goes inwards. It's like stairs and like ramps almost, right? And then there's a second layer on the outside, like near the outside, right? And they're like brick hubbers. There's one that slightly goes up. There's one that's flat, right? And there's one that goes. Apparently, I went up to do crooked and nollie flip out, and I just went over the other side, and people didn't see what happened. They just see me go over, and apparently I was just shaking. As I said, it took people an astonishing 8 years to realise I was having seizures. I mean, people could be like, "Why didn't you realise yourself?" Because you don't know you had a seizure. I just wake up and be like, "Oh, my head hurts. I must have fallen over. My whole body aches. Oh, how hard did I hit the ground?" No, I don't have seizure anymore. It was, as I said, it was trauma, brain damage. For some reason, it's like corrected itself now. It's really weird. I don't know why. I mean, they have happened occasionally. Don't get wrong. This one happened like 2 years ago, but that's when I wasn't having my medication. And it seems to be when things get stressful. And all I can say is when you're battling out a trick, and it's like I don't know, a backside flip. or a backside heel, even like people even realize how hard things like that are. Like backside heels or front side heels are people talk about front side flips or backside flips. I mean laser flips, all these things. But it's one I never see people doing is front side heels or backside heels because they are extremely weird because the way you have to flip the board, like a kick flip, a front side flip, sorry, front side kick flip. For people that don't know what a front side flip is a front side kick flip. You're rotating with a kick flip. The way I feel like it feels quite easy because it happens underneath you in a way because you can literally have your shoulders turn, and when you pop and you already flick the board, you're like overstepping it in a way. That's how I see it. I mean, you could technically do an inward heel like that, and they link up quite easy in a way. I mean, obviously it does it's different, but I don't know. I think that's when skateboarding becomes easier. Is when you see it. You got to watch the board, man. You got to watch the board when you're skating, and you'll figure out like its moment when it's like because like, it's not like defying gravity, right? But you know when you pop a board and it gets to a certain point and it stops moving, it's coming back down again. Just before you, just at that point, that is literally the ultimate time, pretty much, to flip the board because it's weightlessness in the air. You know what I mean? It's not going up or down. It's stopped for that millisecond or however long it is. Bro, why is it taking so long to get to just 8 o'clock today? Honestly. Let's watch this epic fail one more time and then we'll move on. It's just like, what's funny, falling off a skateboard is like about 0.1% of the times I've fallen off the board. If the 100% was the number, it is literally like zero. Maybe that's a bit of maybe it's like 0.1. It wouldn't be like 0.1. So I mean that's like quite literally. I'd have to have fallen over probably like a million times. I mean I would literally say easily. I mean easily hundreds of thousands of times. I mean I started skating when I was 5. I mean this is the realism of skating, right? As I say, favorite clips. Just one more last time before I quickly go walk the dog. Not my favorite, but favorite from when I started skating again. That one, mate, every time. Right, and someone comes in like, "Are you okay?" And I'm like, "I'm good." Oh, the pain, like, it's funny. Because at this point, because of my injuries I've already had, unless I re-tear an ACL or an MCL, or because I've had a compound fracture that bone, and when people go, "Oh, there's no way you feel pain," right? Like, because I had a compound fracture, the bone came out my arm, and that's why I said it's like 0.1% of the injuries I've had, where it's just a graze, like minor. I don't even notice them sometimes. There's been times I've got home and I've literally had my trouser leg absolutely soaked in. I can say blood, you know. I can say yeah, absolutely covered in it. And I didn't realise because great when you. It's like really what you experience is only those. Everything you experience is going to be the last thing was worse than the next thing. Does that make sense? In a way, because it's always the worst thing you experience first. The next thing could be worse on comparison, but your brain's already more built up to deal with more shitty things. That's the only way I feel like I can describe it. If that makes any sense at all. Oh, guys, I literally can't wake up this morning. I sort of have, but as I said, I've just been laughing hysterically at myself falling over. Like this one. I'm sorry, it is too good. It's the way my legs go in the air. Look at, I'm like a. They go. They go like little running, and that's because like skaters have the amazing ability of getting their legs back under their body when they fall over. And I know skaters are now on, you know exactly what I'm on about. Yesterday, I think I re-tore my meniscus because of the way I wish I'd fallen instead, because it was pissing it down and it was wobbly anyway. And I've got a twin tail skateboard, so you know with a twin tail, unless you've got something distinctive, you can't really tell which is your nose or tail just by looking at it, right? So I'm riding it, pushing. I realised the last minute too late that I'm riding with the tail side forward because my bolts on my truck side on my tail side are always looser because I like to be able to turn tight at the back and have tighter front ones, because when you want to push really fast you want stability on the front when you're like pushing like this or whatever goofy, yeah, because I'm goofy on a skateboard. So you're pushing like this, you're going really fast. You weight the center of gravity's here, and you just like flick your foot essentially. You don't like one step up, step down to like throw you off. People should know that anyway. But my point is, I didn't realise until I had my foot on it, pushing, and then went to turn. Because when you go onto a board to step on it, you kind of go from your foot facing slightly diagonally. Because I push like this. Because I feel like people don't realise when you actually push on a skateboard, right, like that. Yeah, you stand sideways maybe a little bit, but it's more like this. It's never directly like boom, boom. Maybe a little bit sometimes, there are times, but then you just realign, you readjust, right? So when I'm gonna push, my foot twists, step off, and I push, twist back on, here. When I went to push, and then twist to go on the board, because I didn't realise because I had a twin tail and it was raining and I couldn't see the ground properly. And yes, I know, but I have an impact skateboard, so that's fine. Because I'm goofy, so I was riding a skateboard. I went to step and twist like that because that twist made you should never ride loose side first. It should be equal or loose at the back, right? I didn't twin tail. I didn't realise till the last minute. Went wobbly because of just twisting. It pushed it into the pocket almost, which made the board counter steer that way, which made me fly over that way, which made me land like that and kind of go like that. And as I say, I really kind of tore. I think I fucked my meniscus again, which is the cartilage in my knee. And the last time I've torn both of them, but the healing process took ages last time, absolutely ages. I'm not if it's my fault, trying to skate like an idiot, but I'm like great. I mean, my point is, you can do the smallest things. You can fall off really, really hard. You can slam so hard, like. I mean, that wasn't a hard slam. That's not a hard slam. That one, I dislocated my thumb. I mean, people could argue say, "Oh, this looks bad because you fall from a height onto your back." Okay, that didn't look bad at all. Not the thumb one. I can't do that. Actually, makes me quince. Quince. Oh, it's wince, isn't it? Right. So not that one. This one, you could say it's bad because my head just goes bang straight back and I lay there. This one kind of hurt my knees a bit where I tore my ACLs, and this one was probably the most painful out of all of them because I twisted. So I went to just do like a kick turn, right, coming back down. But I've had, bear in mind that I've had injuries like compound fracture where the bones come out of my arm. So I've had major injuries from skateboarding, major injuries. But yesterday, as I said, it really, I got so mad at the board. Bro, I literally shouted at the board. I was like, why? And I mean, normally I'm not mad at it like that, I know, but it's because recently it's been pissing me off so badly because my bushings keep. I found two sets of bushings that just they split quite fast. They were old ones I had, but I took off my board and I was like, because I had some stock ones at the time, and I got some stock ones, meaning the ones they came with. If people aren't familiar, so I don't want to mansplain, but I know some people don't know what I'm on about. So there's also this is one of my favourite ones. So I did land on my wrist a little bit, like as you can tell, because my hand went back down like that, but. Oh, it's too funny. It's too funny. Anyway, I'm gonna have another coffee because that was really nice. Oh, I don't like a cigarette because I'm trying to cut down on nicotine right at the moment. Because I'm trying to quit. It is literally like I'm doing better. I think like sitting down and talking and chilling. Like normally, a lot of days I really struggle coming on alive and sitting down. People see I'm pacing left, right, bloody centre, up and down. I mean, my head pops up left and right on the camera. I say, it is getting tedious. I know it's just because I can't. I thought, like I said, I thought I rest his legs. I don't. Because I'm pretty sure that, as I said, I looked into it. That's where your legs are rested, but you don't necessarily mean you are physically pacing. That's probably either anxiety or stress or just like excess energy. Do you know what I mean? But yeah, I will be uploading a clip saying this is why we're sponsoring people instead of skating ourselves, right? Because I mean, I still can skate, but it's. Why am I falling asleep again? God damn it. Sorry, people. I thought I was waking up. I will wake up again as I go through his motions. Caffeine and stimulants, because I have ADHD, sometimes make me more tired. And I'm like, really? Like, people are so lucky, right? They have a normal brain. I'm not saying everyone's lucky, granted. I know people have their own shit. I'm saying, like, you've got a normal brain, which can have a coffee and focus, right? And not get tired. Where some with ADHD, I'm tired, I can't focus. I have a coffee, and what's it do? It makes me more tired. Like, what is that? It's like, it's a common side effect. I mean, ADHD meds literally say on can cause likely to cause drowsiness, and I'm like, bro, that is what I'm struggling with anyway. So people with ADHD, you can't take a stimulant to wake yourself up because you can get more tired. You can't do anything really. Sometimes with ADHD, you are literally cursed to be a sleepy person, or tired, or yawning all the time. Or well, I know yawning is to do with oxygen, but I mean, regardless, for me, I need to like work excessive amounts. I need to, and then I wake up. It's weird. It's like my body like. So it's like the more, as I say, I'd like watch myself falling off the board like this. I mean, that's or these fails. Sorry again, everybody. They're making me laugh this morning. They really are. They get me more amped to skate sometimes because I'm like, right, come on, you right, got me. Unless I'm laying on the ground for like 2 minutes just to walk it off again. You know, it's like, oh, I don't want that bad. As I say, the worst injuries I have are the ones that make me want to get up and move, right? And then the ones that aren't bad, it's almost like that was a close call. I'm gonna lay here and just chill for a sec. I think that makes a lot of sense when you think about it, because a lot of people, you have a major injury, you're gonna be like, right, I need to make sure I'm okay. You know, you want to make sure you're okay, but when you know you're fine, you're like, I'm just gonna lay here for a minute. Don't worry about me. I'm good. Just leave me. You know, if I'm still here by tomorrow morning, maybe contact an ambulance. But until that point, please just let me be. I am just resting. Like a starfish, just there at the skate park, just like. As I say, if I'm there the next day, by all means call an ambulance. It's not looking great for me, but I'm serious. Like, skaters don't want that sympathy. I don't know what it is about it. We all laugh at ourselves falling over, but the moment someone tries to give us sympathy, it's like, we're okay. Like, they're like, are you alright? Are you okay? Like, I have fallen over more times than you have had hot dinners. I appreciate the concern. I really do. It's really kind of you. And it is, and I don't mean that in a fake way. Like, genuinely sincere. It's really kind of someone to care about their weight, because a lot of people don't care these days. But I don't want someone to feel like not caring. What's the point? Because he's just going to act. But skateboarders, me, speaking part of me, slightly different. If you fall over, like we are so used to it. We've had it more times than we've had hot dinners and probably you combined, right? I mean, I've fallen over in the thousands. I've had a bone come out my arm, which is called a compound fracture, by the way. I love that. I was in the hospital, right? Coming to off pain meds, and they're like, "So, Mr. Morgan, we would like to talk to you about your injuries." So it's like, we had to have a pin, 6 pins, and you had a compound fracture. And it's like, oh, okay. So this is where the bone is breaks clean in half and penetrates the skin. I'm like, what? Instantly awake. Doesn't matter what pain meds you have me on, bro. I'm awake. You could. Okay, I should make jokes, but I'm not. It's not a joke. I mean, literally, me. You could like dose. I was an addict, so I have a high tolerance, but you could dose me up, and I guarantee you, I would probably still wake up from that news. Saying your arms come out, your bones come out your arm, you really do freak. But they're like, no, it's fine. It's intact now. It's been sewed up. What do you call it? Skin's healed, like skin's healed, bones healing, cartilage will be healing, everything around it, and then all you're left with is a lovely scar and a dent where the whole flipping ding came out your arm. But as I said, when that sobers you up very fast, right? I'm pretty sure they gave me, is it midazolam, or they gave me I know what they are, because I mean I've got diazepam, but I don't know the names of all of them in the UK, because I know they've got Alan. No, that's a flipping antipsychotic. Let me think. Alprazolam. No, lorazepam. Sorry, alprazolam is Xanax, but they don't give that in the UK. So yeah, but I can't remember. I think it was lorazepam they gave me, and then it was too strong, so I carried forward. So they had to give me something to actually kind of get it out of my system slightly into. Because no, it wasn't too strong. I just wouldn't was refusing to wake up. But it was a very traumatic thing. I'd hit my head, bone come out my arm. I was in a lot of pain. So what actually happened is I didn't faint, so to speak, but I kind of like already had brain damage and knocked myself. Like the concussion made me like I went and sat down with my mates afterwards, went to the ambulance, out again, didn't remember anything, and then wake up in hospital. So like I'd hit my head so hard on the ground, and my arm landed. So I landed on the how my arm came out, my bone, my arm came out. My bone came out was I fell over. My skateboard would normally fall down behind you first, like but after, because it might get hung up by the kingpin or whatever, and then you duck and roll when you get out of the way of your board. But my ball went down first. I tried to go and hold on, fell, landed. But when I went to tuck and roll, I landed straight on the ball with my arm. So I went to like tuck in and roll, but that pressure went right there and just like literally snapped it clean out and went pop. And I didn't even hear it because it was the board kind of went from like this motion to like snapping from here, or was it that way? I can't remember. It might have been like that, and then I rolled. But either way, I'm on top of it at that point, rolling really fast. I'm like, regardless of which way it was, I knew I was in a lot of pain. I got up, I went to try and do a kick flip, take my ball, was sure it was all right, and a heel flip to make sure I was like, you know what, all right, you know, so I'm good, play it off. And my mate was like, your arm, and I was like, oh, I'm good. Went to pull down my sleeve, and I couldn't, and it was weird. Like it almost felt as well like my arm at this point was like not really. It was there, but it wasn't like I could feel it because you could feel your fingers and stuff. But there was more pins and needles I had in my arm, if anything, and there was none feeling I was feeling. But my arm felt really hangy and like weird, and that's when I realised essentially all that was keeping it together is skin. Your skin is the thing that is keeping your arm attached. I mean, I'm dread to think if I got really mad and just went really hard like that, would it have torn at the? Let's not get into it. Nastiness. But I always feel like that is like when I say I slip disc against my back, oh, that's awful, and then this and this, I say compound fracture, it sounds so light. And I explain what a compound fracture is, and they're like, oh, damn. Like, and I was just saying, that's what I mean. It sobered me up in minutes. Not even minutes. I think it's like that guy that's like, when they're in the hospital and there's a YouTube video, he's like, oh, so we've given you this, that, and fentanyl. And he's like, what? And he like freaks out. That was me. I'm like, but not from what I got given as a painkiller. What happened to my arm? So I'm like, bro, my arm. As soon as they said my arm's like, the bones come out my arm, they can take my arm. My arm's gone. There's no way. Obviously, all ligaments are intact. Everything's intact. I have trapped nerves in my leg and my arm, and that's why I'm on like 100 to Lyrica, which is pretty gabbling. So all I can say to people is just look after your body. Where honestly, I'll be honest with you, I love skate culture, but honestly, it can stuff it for 1 second when it comes to your safety. Because what's more important, looking cool, right? Which is really no one gives a shit. I'll be honest with you, no one cares that you're skating. No one cares. You may think it in your head, but it's mainly you that's got to care about skating. It's your hobby. It's your passion. That's all good, man. I hope you enjoyed your holiday, bro. And your exams went. I hope your exams went well. Do you know what, I know that's stress, but all I can say to people to reassure them is I failed a lot of shit. I did go back and like redo stuff if I wanted to, but when I started my own business, do you know who asked me for qualifications? Nobody, because I'm my own boss. You put in what you receive. So like, I'm good at art. You know, I'm not saying you have to go and start your own business, but if you have a strong passion or you're good at something, then you will be able to. You'll got that in the bag, 100%. You don't need to worry about like, well, I'll never get a job if I've got like well, it's not seed anymore, is it? It's flipping numbers. I don't even know that I understand the number system, I'm afraid, but yeah. It's all good, bro. I mean, I know I'm not saying you're worried or you're not, but I know I'm saying it's all good. But people, I think that stress is to keep people in order because so many people I know who have got good qualifications ended up in the McDonald's. So many people who didn't go to school ended up with, okay, I haven't seen any of them with a Bentley. That's just over exaggeration, but I've seen them in, with families and good jobs or whatever. And I'm like, okay, they're saying not quite adding up here. If you just look at it realistically, I'm adding that to that statistic. I got C in maths originally. I did get a B or an A in English, and art, IT, and computer. But in the ones I got in were not necessities for like going on for other work. Who gives a shit about an artist really? To be honest with you. You got more exams. Wait, what? How is school still on? Is school back on? Because Easter's over, innit? Honestly, guy, I'm unaware. The school's back on. To be honest, it could be. Well, good luck with it, bro. And just as I said, don't stress yourself too much about it. Like, just go in with ease. Like, just know that give it your best, and then like literally, that's all you can do. You know what I mean? Right. What I really like as well is like recently I went to skate park. Obviously, if everyone knows me, I've got a skate company. I'm not gonna go into that shit again. I make skateboards, fingerboards. I'm gonna be sponsoring skaters this month, or well, within the next month. The guy I'm sponsoring is incredible. I mean, seriously, you can do like twists, hand plants, anything like that. But what I'm really excited about is I was like asking, this is the only thing I use AI for, and I said, dude, I'm trying to use AI a little bit more because people are like, you're not going to be out, you're going to be out of swing, bro, with it. Everyone else uses it. Da, da, da. I refuse to use it for my work, my art, and like, I don't do any story writing at the moment yet, but I want to write, like, I want to do a weekly magazine sort of thing with like people can get in the covers, people can get. But I want to do a digital one too, so it has right, but then you go through. I will be on the phone or the app that I have got an app that is going to be released either next month or the month after. I've fully coded it. It's pretty much ready to go. So I'm just trying to make this. I'm putting everything into this. I'm literally whatever can be done to add to it. I'm doing that, and I'm not. It's not like going like too much. I feel like why not bring it into the social area, bring it into give it its own platform. Skate addiction, like, is in my opinion, the ultimate name for it because it's not like beating around the bush with any other names. Like, I'm not saying they're bad, like Revive or Heroin. They're all brilliant, but they could all mean anything else. Skate addiction is so obviously skate addiction. I mean, it's do you know what I mean? And I'm trying to mansplain it, but that's why I like it. I said, you know what? It may sound dumb and stupid. It's simple, but it's simple as it is. Man, addict. It's like man fire, man rock, man beat. Like, that's it. It's simple as wheels. It is meant to be simplistic. It's wheels on a board. There's no wires. There's no electricity. There's no circuit boards. Nothing. It's just pure you and your imagination. What you can do. Physics. Brilliant. Amazing. Honestly. As I say to everyone all the time, like, skating is just the best thing. I feel, to be honest, if I didn't go into a skate company, I probably wouldn't have started a business at all because business is ball ache. Business is. If I didn't have the fun moments, it would, in my opinion, would be worth it. So that's why I'm saying sometimes in life you work for this great job that someone can have, but you get there and you don't want the bloody job anyway because it's depressing, it's boring, and like, wow, I've got qualifications. So I would rather be happy. Do you know what I mean? For sure. See, I'll be honest with you, I think what they're doing is this is the truth. They're pushing people to work harder, which won't work. But I get their panic. People and the phones and internet are ruining people's brain. Another phone, I'm not saying it's for you because you seem pretty intelligent. You're actually right. I'm not saying you'd be dumb either. I'm not. You get what I mean? There's people who cannot string a sentence together, bro, and you're doing pretty good. So fair play. You know what I mean? But there's people who literally are brainwashed to the max, like completely. And I think that's the issue. When when your brains think about those trends or that post or all they did. When we were growing up, when I was growing up, there wasn't anything like that. I mean, there was like, YouTube started in what, 2007? I can't remember. Like, mainly came around 2008 or like 9, realistically, when everything started majorly being uploaded in 2009. It's the main popular year. Because if you actually check on a lot of oldest videos on there, it says 2009 because it's like the main year things were starting to be added. And by that point, I'm 8 or 9. You know, I'm 8, 9 years old. So, like, I already experienced nearly 10 years without it growing up. And I know a lot of people done way more, but I mean, yeah, we had the PlayStation 1s and PlayStation 2 by that point, I believe, as well. Yeah. And I don't know, man, it's just weird. Because, like, nowadays, people, like, I am seeing a difference in things that were meant to be harder. And in my day, there were kids who were such class clowns, such idiots, right? But they still managed to knuckle down and get their things. But there's people now who are actually smart, but aren't. But I'm like, what's the difference? Phones seem to be the only constant difference in people's lives, like every single day, back to back to back. I think watching a live like this is good because you're learning to, or not mine, you don't have to just watch mine, you can watch anybody's. That's a long form video. I would literally happily show people my history. I'm joking, but yeah, I'll show it. Like I would, and it is just a true crime podcast or like about geopolitics, or then I know it sounds boring to people, cool people, or it'd be about areas or it could be about history, geography. It could be about anything. It could be about animals that have gone extinct. It could be, but all I ever watch is long form videos. Right, let me click on history and then go down. So like ancient humans were humans were stoners. Is King Von a serial thing or whatever? And then there's like 25 meals British kids grew up on. I don't know this, but they're like what, 28 minutes, 30 minutes, half an hour, 20. Because this is something that requires no brain power. Put it on in the background, get on with what you're doing. It's like a podcast. Don't watch something because you'll end up being like needing to. People think it's an impressive skill being able to multitask. It's not. You're actually lacking in you're shorting your brain's patience with things. Like you if you constantly two screens. When you go to the one screen, it won't feel like enough because you got to see it like a dopamine drug, right? It is releasing dopamine, and you can only release a certain amount, and then that will happen, and the brain will end up not being able to compensate its own amount. People think that like phones and substances and screens are no different. Well, they are different. They are, but not by chemically. That's the only difference. They both have a physical response on the dopamine systems. As I said, watching a long form video is so much better. Don't have to watch mine. I don't even have any long form videos, but I mean a live stream or someone else's long, like half an hour, put it on the background, do some work. That's fine because you're listening to it, and multitasking on that level's different because you're learning to multitask on a level that's efficient because you can hear something while physically doing something. But if you are watching, as I said, watching a screen, watching a I just feel like that's a recipe for disaster because I'm watching now and then when we try and take the phone away, like when we're babysitting my partner's nieces, right, we try to take the phone away just for a bit of quality family time, sit there, they get so mad. And I'm like, we didn't have that. I mean, the way, I would have got a backhand, a right hook, I got anything growing up. Granted, a lot of people when I was growing up, I mean, in the early 2000s, people did still get hit. I mean, it was like my parents' generations is like their teachers and their parents gave them the cane. In my generation, it was a lot of parents did not the cane, but like they get hit. Some people get the right hand, like a left hook, not left hook. Sorry, we get like a slap or whatever. My dad was a scumbag, so I got like right hooks and stuff. But I mean, nowadays to go from me experiencing that to then nothing, it's like bro, it's like I'm pretty sure my dad dislocated my jaw at one point. He's from Romania, so I mean, what can I say? He was raised in Romania. It's a pretty rough country. But yeah, so I'm so like adamant about things being like, I do advocate for child safety, and I do think that phones are too accessible for people who are young. I mean, you're doing your exams, bro, so clearly at that point you're old enough. You know what I mean, in my opinion. But when you see like someone who's 8 or 9, 10 years old with an iPad and they don't even have kids YouTube, it actually shocks me. It really does, and I know it's like not my parenting, it's not my job, but at the end of the day, it's still the society we live in, right? And it's the future we're looking at. And I'm sorry, right, but violent video games do cause potential violence. People go, oh, that's bullshit. No, people don't want to hear that. I think if it's an overwhelming amount constantly, yes. I think if you watch anything too violent, it potentially causes it. And I know that in myself because there's been times I've watched an angry, aggressive show and I've been rooting for the guy to get him. I'm like, get him. And I've been like, proper, I've been actually mad because I've been so pulled in by the show. Maybe Game of Thrones at one point when it was not ruined by the ending, or do you know what I mean? Because it's been going on for years, been watching the program for years, so you got really hooked into it. The same with the game. So anything I can tell you now that is violent can make you more violent. It is literally brainwashing in a way. But like, I'm sorry, if you sat there and played a skateboarding game, like you might be a bit angry, you might get a bit annoyed, but I doubt you're gonna be like screaming, "Have you how many did it?" And like raging to the point where you're talking about like unaliving something or something like you would in a game. Like I've seen people rage so mad. I'm like, bro, like especially on GTA, like people getting mad like when they're getting grievers or whatever you call them. What I find it funny is people try and school me on GTA, but I've been playing GTA since so many people even alive, which blows my mind. So I'm like, how are you not old enough to play it for one? But I mean, two, wow. Just wow. When did GTA come out? 2013? Wasn't it? 2013? But I remember GTA 4 coming out. I remember San Andreas coming out, right? It's weird to me, and now people about GTA 6, where we've had like Liberty City Stories, we've had like the Gay Tony, we had the Lost and Damned, was it called? Or something like that? I don't know. GTA 4 was the best GTA game. I'm sorry, I know I'm all over the place, but it generally was. I know people like it had the best physics, it had the best ragdoll, had the best driving mechanics. Yes, they were different, but it was realistic. The car had weight to it. You know what I mean? You could fully crush the car down to like this thin in the game if you didn't get it to blow up by that point. It was incredible. But there's no GTA 4. All these games, even Red Dead, mate. Red Dead, the original one, was ahead of its time. And since games took a decline, I also just thought, I can't be out. They realise they can't make them better anymore. If they hit a cap, so they'll go back a little bit. So they go, oh, look at these in a few years. Like, I'm not interested in it. Even if it looks really good, I don't like how everything feels preset. And when I say that, the characters dropped into the world rather than the character being part of that world that moves around, falls over. Like, it's like when he falls over, he does a falling animation, but then he might slide across the ground a little bit more because it's a buggy area. and that does not look realistic, especially in GTA 5 when you've got all the people on the floor that are dying the same way. They're like in that fetal position, and like, and they when you look around, you see loads of cops doing the same thing in the game, and you just have like a shootout. It's like, ow. Like, it breaks that immersion. When you've got like someone hanging over a wall like a rag doll, when you've got someone like over here, and like that makes it feel different every single time. And that's why gaming used to be so much more fun, and people now wonder why gaming's boring. Because everything's pre-done, preset, pre-made, pre-animated, they don't just use a predictive animation anymore, which can be quite funny. Like the rage resist people. I'm so sad that people never played GTA 4 and have never experienced ragdoll mechanic, or even uh, what do you call it, Red Dead Redemption 1. People think Red Dead 2 is good, bro. Like if you shoot someone in the leg, they come up like the way they move. It's just so good. It's so realistic. Oh man, I love that game so much. And as I say now, this is why when people say like one game, for example, whatever, it's like that's why I don't know how other people are getting bored of games too. They're so boring. I like things that have a physics-based system to it. Like it's a real physics-based driven game. So like you can literally smash something and it will break different every single time. It's that would be a good game. Those are games that I like. Battlefield were amazing. Like the destruction on the maps, right? Battlefield 4, anything like that. You could take out a skyscraper, right? But you can't do that in any games anymore. Everything's just like, even the bullet on the wall, the bullet hole, when you shoot a few more times in a few other places, heals. Like, how unimmersive is that? And that's when, like, to me, I stepped away from gaming, stepped to reality again. Obviously, I'm a skateboarder anyway, but fingerboarding, I was like, oh, this is a perfect thing. Like, I like gaming, I like playing skate, I like playing sessions, but this has had that realism to it, fingerboarding and skating again, and that's why now I really am bored of games beyond belief. I mean, I played True Skate on the iOS and stuff like that because that is a really good like skate mode like simulator because you do flick the board and it's about timing too. Like if you do it wrong or right, like it looks weird if you don't do it right. You know what I mean? If people play True Skate, I really can't recommend it enough. Like I have got it. I'm trying to get a deal with a company at the moment to try and get my graphics on there as a free pack. So I'm not trying to like cash in on this one, guys. I'm trying to like I'm not a sellout. I want to put my graphics on the game so you guys can get free packs on it. Because I hope you bring more people into the game, even though there's quite a few anyways. The world's most popular skateboarding game, hands down. And I mean I think it is like £4, but I mean there isn't. If you enjoy skateboarding, I honestly think you might prefer it more than Sessions or something like that. I prefer it more than Sessions. No, not Sessions. So I love Sessions. Sessions is like to me is unbeatable in a way. What's the other one? Sorry, Skate. I think people prefer it to Skate, like the new Skate. I hope so anyway. The fact is, wherever you flick the board, it will move that way. So like it's completely 100% randomized. Like you could land a trick completely differently every single time. You could do tricks that don't even really exist. You could do like an 850 shove it if you've got the right angle and enough of a drop to be able to flip the board that much. Like it is. So yeah, check out True Skate. As I say, I've actually been tagging them in some videos I've been doing recently because I mean it might look easy when you're watching me, but trust me, if seen some of my True Skate videos ago, try and play True Skate, you'll see how hard it actually is. There is a slow mo option, but I mean it ruins the immersion a little bit, right? But if you're trying to do these tricks without slow mo on, which is what I do, because otherwise, as I say, I don't like as a skateboarder, I'm like the board doesn't slow down in the air, does it? It'd be really helpful if you could just like hit the pause button, like is it switch like film? I don't know, just flick play. I mean, oh, that'd be amazing, right? Just get off your board, readjust it, twist it around a few times, stand on it again. Oh, big spin! Like it'd be so amazing. I'd love that. But no. But as I say, so today as well, it's a bit early right now. Still, I'm gonna go for a cigarette now, and then I'm going to come back. Probably do a bit more of a live first instead before I'm going to be reviewing my sponsor. Well, I say my sponsor. I'm not being sponsored. I'm sponsoring other people. Right? That throws me off because when I say my sponsor, that makes me think it's I'm being sponsored, but I'm not. I'm sponsoring other people. That should also give people hope as well. If you're doing your exam and you feel like you failed, right? I didn't pass all mine. Or like people go, I failed all of them. Like you said earlier, reset things that are important at some point if you need to. Sometimes I said you don't even need right now there's actually like, so we call it a golden ticket chance to win. So if you actually go over to skateaddiction.co.uk and you, I can't remember what it was in. I think it isn't in mystery packs. It's in the actual board you buy on the store. There is 2 chances to win 3 boards as well. So you might buy it, open it up, and then boom, you get another 3 chance. Now there are only about 5 or 6 boards anyway, so that means there's a 2 in 6 chance to win. And there's also a sale on right now for 25% off on the store. So if you wanted to try and get more boards and try and find that free board, now would be your time before they're back all at full price. Unfortunately, yeah, there it is. Marketing. It's got to be done. I hate saying so. Like as a skater, it's the worst thing, man, to have to be like, by the way, guys, you know, but it's like today's sponsor is me. But no, I don't. I really don't like it, but it has to be done, unfortunately. So people can actually see the legitness, because I know that, I mean, this world is full of scams. It's like actually kind of scary, to be honest. So if we go over to orders, because I can show people, I can't show people customers' names obviously because it's confidentiality on the highest level, but I am allowed to go orders, and I am allowed to get rid of that and then show people orders. These are freebies. This is what happens when people get freebies. It says £0 for them. It doesn't cost them anything. So that's what I mean. When you win a prize, just want people to see that you will. There are prizes. You will get it. It's not a case of like, I don't know. I don't understand how someone could come on like and scam people. That to me, that's wild. I understand people making fake accounts and having deep, like, I mean, they say deep fake, but I mean that's when they cover the face and then it would blur out, but still the same ugly mug. Like, it would like be deep faking anyway, right? That's like myself. It's kind of that. But yeah, so as I say, this is the store. Actually, I'm just going to grab the camera, turn it around, and then you can see the boards we've actually got as well. So obviously, this one here is one I'm using currently myself. It's the same one as this. This one's a 36mm one. This is glow in the dark board. When you buy 5 boards as well, you get a free stand. One of these, or it's a wood as well. They've got it in wood. So yeah, you'll have a fingerboard section, skateboards. Oh, sorry, wrong part. Skateboards are not ready yet. Glow in the dark decks. If you click on these, it'll show you what that's, as you can see. This board here. But this shows you what they're like when they glow in the dark. But this is actual real photos of the board. This ain't like that one at the end isn't, granted. I need to change that, but it was just showing people the board. But these 2 are, as you can see, the way the lighting is. I thought it just felt better to have it as the real photo itself. Then you've got discounted decks as well. And then there's one on here at the moment, £18, Dark Side Dreams. And you can see, like, I mean, the shape of these boards is really clean. I mean, let me grab one of these over here. Like, they are some of the cleanest shape with the wheel arches and stuff like that. You don't, you know, and they're really strong. Claim 2 times durability. And I say claim, it's more. It can be more than that. Also got a certificate from this company. So if you want to go and contact these people, I'm just saying for people who are also, because people come through who are people like Heron Skateboards, for example. And people, it's so weird that when you know there's people who are professionals coming through, which I always forget about. But I'm a professional too. Keep you cool, Josh. Keep you cool. But yeah, messaging Heron Skateboards, which to be honest with you, I can't show people what they're saying, but I can actually show the DM chat where I am. And it's not a brag. It's just like it shows you can achieve anything if you put your mind to it. You keep going, and you don't take no for an answer. Right, you don't take no for an answer. So there we go. Let me just cover up. Actually, I can do. No, I can't. But I can do this. So this is Heron Skateboards, and this is, as you can see, is a DM direct message chat. This is in my DMs. And I would say that is the biggest skate company to come out of the UK ever. I think, personally. I really do. And I know people can be, oh, I'm limited to do. I've never heard of one who made it so big as Heron Skateboards. So it is an actual honour to be 2 years in with my business and already still have those connections potentially. They have thousands of people messaging them. And to just be the one that they, you know, respond to. I know they probably respond to a few, but granted, he's been liking a lot of my posts. He's been keeping an eye on what I've been doing, and it's brilliant, man. And I know other skaters will recognise the love of a skate in the skater. So when I'm like watching other skate clips, because I will be reviewing the people I'm going to be sponsoring their clips, so I'm going to have it so it is long form video it's gonna be like this. But up here, I'll be sat here in a chair, and then above next to me, I'll walk through the room, and then I'll have like the screen pop up as well, so people can see it. Do you know what I mean? So I get like, this is it. It's echo chambers. You get sucked into them, bro. Right, let's pull it on. So this is the person I'm sponsoring. He's an NPC. No, I'm joking. He's not, but he can do this stuff in real life. So they're going to be getting their own boards. Bro. So yeah, this is who I'll be sponsoring. So I'm going to be today working on his graphic, because I'm going to mess him and be like, yeah, bro, you've got to have your own. All my skaters are going to have their own graphics, and it's going to be one of a kind, and I want it to look like, because I loved watching those videos growing up by Tony Hawk's have his own board design. All these pro skaters get their own designs. I feel like you just owe it to the skater. When they just get a generic board, I'm like, bro, that's kind of dead, isn't it? Do you know what I mean? Realistic. I want to give them a nice thing, you know? I want to give them something good. Especially when they can do stuff like, not the skate game way after it. But you can do it in person, man. Just everyone can like bow down to that. I mean, that's humbling as anything. Humbling that word, yeah, it is. It humbles you because you realise you can't do it. But maybe people can. But I mean, this is incorrect. It's a legend. Actual legends. Right, I will be doing the review of the ball properly today. What time is it? Right, I have about an hour. Then my partner's coming back. Then she's going to the dentist at 10. And then I have maybe a few more hours to live stream. Guys, it's really annoying. I want to do a long form video, but I struggle with them weirdly, even though I can do lives okay. You know, I sit on a live for like a few hours, but then if it came to do a long form video, I'm like, I just can't get it. I don't know what it is. So weird. I think it's because it's like, this is just not edited. It just is what it is. Say it as it is. I am who I am. And it's all good. But when it's like an editing video, I'm like, I don't like that part. No, I don't like that. Nah, get rid of that. No, I don't like that either. And I think that right there is just a negative. So I can't put twist on it is what it is. It's not edited. I prefer that because it's real. It also gives people way more time to see your true character, because you would generally lose your mind if you can't keep up pretenses and fakeness every day. But in videos and editing, you can do. Do you know what I mean? But like on a live, I can't. There's like, I've done this now for so long. So I'm on my other platform. We go live for like nearly a year, most work days, designing graphics and, you know, I don't know, just like any work we can do. Now we're going to be sponsoring skaters, but to be honest, I said that's why I've had to take a step back from it. But I didn't want people to, I was worried people thought I was like, here's a live stream. Because I think a lot of people just assume that, because I always forget to be like, hey, I have a business, a skate company. That's actually what I'm doing. And some people say it's gutting because they wish I was a live stream because I'm better than other live streamers, but I know unfortunately once, you know, I have a team. We will do live streams and stuff. But we'll do skating. There'll be more clips, a lot of work stuff as well. There will be live, of course. You know, life does move on, progress, and change. Life could be a dream. Yes, I'm singing to myself because you get a little bit bored when you ain't got the radio sometimes. Anyway, so much to do and so little to listen to other than my own voice. It's amazing. No, it's there sarcasm. It's really not. Right, coffee time. Yeah, I hope everyone's having a good start of the week. I mean, I doubt even people have even figured out yet. Because obviously, what time is it going to be for most people? It's just about 8 o'clock here on a Monday. I've been up since 6. I've had I've done like easily 2 hours of a live now, which is pretty wild. I could just keep going, but I think it's because when you talk about something you're comfortable with, you know. And I think, as I said, watching me fall over on my board over and over again on footage, like, looking back at like fails, is, to me, I find it so funny, especially when it's already footage you're looking back at. I think it's daunting sometimes being a skater and watching people actually injure themselves, because it kind of puts you off. Maybe it puts you in a mindset about, oh, I don't want to do that now. Like, maybe not me, but other people. But I'm not saying other skaters either. I just mean genuine people. They won't want to watch fails, because why is that going to encourage somebody to want to go and, no one's going to want to watch a car crash and then go get in a car. Do you know what I mean? Or a plane crash and get in a plane. Like, people typically want a good mindset and a positive thing about it. So that's why I don't typically like to show fails. Unless you can play it late, it's fine. And the most of my fails I do, like, they're funny, I walk them off. So I mean, if you're a skater, you'll know what I mean. Like, injuries are really not. When you've had an injury, like the compound fracture where the bone came out my arm, it's so difficult to see the scarring, but you can see where the kind of dent with it goes anyway. But yeah, well, that was like, you would think you'd be screaming in agony, right? Absolutely right. I didn't even realise until I tried to pull my sleeve down while my jumper at the time. I couldn't get it down, and then my arm felt a bit like hangy almost, like it had no real strength to it. And then that's because it was attached by my skin. It's lovely, isn't it? That's pretty much how I was always keeping it. The bone broke, so I guess ligaments, muscles, and skin that's keeping it there. But it was weird because I could still move it. How the horrible! I know that sounds horrible when I think about it. You can move your hand, but it felt like very pins and needles. It felt almost like the whole hand had just lost like all this weight to it. I think it was just a lot of muscle control and contraction I'd lost in it. And then when I slipped the disc in my spine, I had a big ball of pus that I had to drain, and then a big physio was uncomfortable. When they got you on like the walking things, because there's too much pressure to put on your spine at first. Depending on how bad, it's a herniated disc, also known as. It's just nasty. But my point is, the reason I never like show people before is because I don't know. Or maybe it is because it shows people are scared of skateboarding. Typically, they don't want to admit it, but I know people are scared of skateboarding. They stand on the ball and they're gone, legs out, land on their bum, they're coccyx, and it hurts, and they're bruised for a week, and they don't want to do it. I understand, right? I mean, I actually I don't understand, to be honest. If I do a trick and I fall over, I get up and I go, nope, again, redo. If it's not too bad, and I've got to get it. And it's funny because I know skaters will understand this one too. If I'm laying on the ground for a longer period of time, unless I'm completely motionless and still, I'm probably just relaxing and probably what they say, counting your lucky stars. Like, I'm just, if it's a bad one, you see me like really mess myself up, I'm led there. I'm probably, if I sit my thumb up as well, I mean, fine, I'm just I'll roll over, I'll get out of the way for you, but I am just chilling for a sec. Okay, I've survived. But when you see me get up and hobbling around, not talking, trying to move, that's me trying to assess the damage of my body. Now, granted, you probably shouldn't move when you've damaged your body, but I know other skaters who know exactly what I'm on about. It's the fear that you're not going to be able to walk or you've done something so bad. So, I mean, probably because you want to skate again, of course. It's like your main thing. You're like walking around, so you maybe hold your board a little bit, use it, and you're like, everyone's trying talking to you, like, no, trying to get a feel for it, you lean a little bit and you bend a little bit. I'm good. Those are the ones that you want to be worried for, because you think that person's potentially broken something. Because I mean, I have done it before where I broke my ankle, but I had so much adrenaline I didn't realise the pain in my leg, and I stood there for a while talking with my mates, and then out of nowhere it felt like I don't even know. It just felt like someone dropped a brick on my foot, but like a really big one. And I just went, I nearly fell over. I leant against the floor. Why does my foot hurt? I went to the doctor's, it's broken. But I was like, the amount of adrenaline you get from skating. And that's why I'm like, I don't think they have to worry. Skating, don't jump straight into a kickflip or stuff like that, because you won't have adrenaline. Because adrenaline comes from not just fear, but like almost a weird excitement, a primal energy, right? It's not just fear, like fight or flight. So the fight is fighting for the trick. You don't want to be fleeing from skateboarding, so putting yourself off. I think that's a great way to see it. If you are going to injure yourself very early on, you will flight. You'll flee. You won't do it. But if you don't injure yourself too early on and you enjoy it, you'll be like, oh, but I actually really enjoy cruising around. I really enjoy ollieing. And it's more of a purpose to stay. Because if you don't know any tricks, you go and land primo when you try a kickflip, you'll mess yourself up and be like, oh, that's horrible, I'm not doing that. And you have no perks to continue skating. Like, you need to be, it's not even just for the practice benefits, it's purely because if you injure yourself at a late enough stage with a bad trick, you can be like, I'm still going back to it, bro, because I love manuals. I love the basics. I love ollies. I love front side one knees, back side one knees, even kickflip maybe at that point. If you're learning, like, I don't know, hard flips or laser flips, it could be any particular way down the road with the journey of the bit with your skating. But as I said, don't jump in job, and that's one thing I never see people say about. And they say jump in because you won't learn it, you have to unlearn yourself. It's like, no, people skaters seem to forget people have a normal fear response compared to them. You see a skater go, right, they look at it and they go again. That's it. That's their 2 seconds. You come up, and they know they can't think about it too much longer because you might delay and you might mess it up, and you can't hesitate. You just got to know what you're doing. Like, you got to know what you're doing to do it. Obviously, you can't say, I'm not saying you know automatically. That's why I say to people, don't ever try and kickflip or ollie or something down a stair set or whatever first month or week of skating. Even if you think you got it, because you've not skated long enough to build a bond with it, you'll injure yourself and you will not want to go back to it. It's like a fight or flight response. You will make you want to flight, like run away from it because it hurts so bad, and you don't have enough memories of like, oh, that was fun though. That time we were like on that hip or that bank, or trying to hit the, I don't know, blunt side fakey flip. I don't know. It could be anything, bro. It doesn't matter. It's like these memories are made for it. But if you ain't got memories made for it, you ain't gonna want to continue. Like, the reason I had the bone come out my arm, as I said, it's a compound fracture. I've shown people already. Sorry again, but yeah, when that come out of the arm, if that happened to somebody who started skating within a year, maybe you might just go back to it. I just think, there's a chance you might be like, oh, I might be a little bit more careful with it. But after like what, 8 years of me skating, so like 8 times is like a year. You know what I mean? 8 years go by. You've had summers go by. You've had late nights go by, late night sessions, late night evenings. It becomes part of your identity. So to just stop feels like it's not going to happen. So you just take in a little bit. You're like, okay, I won't do that. I'll just, instead of doing a laser to blunt down the double kink handwear, I'll just do it down the hover. Do you know what I mean? Like, you rein it in a little bit, and then you practice and you might get confident again. So that happens with a lot of skaters. It's like this confidence, arrogance, and then it really humbles you really quick. And it's one of the funniest things ever. I love it. So I literally brings me to tears watching myself fall off the skateboard on footage. It is just so funny. People are like, is it not embarrassing? I'm like, no. It's a furthest thing from it. It's embarrassed to be embarrassed to falling over. It's something natural. You know what I mean? Why is it embarrassing to fall over? It's embarrassed that you're embarrassed of being falling over or a failure or something. Like, no one's perfect. And this is the thing I really struggle with. Skateboarding actually brings it out in a person so much more than most things do. Obviously, anything that humbles you, I guess. I feel like horse riding could, and things that are particularly dangerous, things where you're not always in control. Sometimes it is a bit in nature, a bit of like surroundings and environment. It could also be to do with your bearings on the skateboard. They could have popped the sugar, but anything could go wrong. But at the same time, it's about loving it. And as I said, I know for a fact I've seen people try and skate, go into it too fast, and right, the only person I've ever met who's been able to Rory, shout out to him because I'm going to be sponsored by this kid as well. So this is some fan art that he done for me, right? And this kid's a legend, but he's going to be getting a custom board as well, but we're getting something at a later date. He just broke his collarbone like a few weeks ago, trying to air and dropping in a 14-foot. There's two half pipes, like stone. They're concrete half pipes, right? Like this concrete skate park. Tries dropping in, indie grabbing or melon grabbing. I can't remember which one it was, and airing into the next one. I mean, this it's the point where you're getting so much air into people when you're dropping in a 14-foot. You're not landing like you would see, you'd think perfect. Like people go, yeah, and you land, you got that perfect sweet spot, like on the roll. No, you're like pretty much coming over, so you're landing halfway down the ramp already. And at that point, you've just launched yourself about 10 feet, right, across, if not more, and about 6 feet up, maybe a little more. That is a lot of pressure to be taken. If you have not been used to taking the falls and landing and tucking, rolling, you will mess yourself up. But he's the only kid. He's like, I'll be back to skating in a few weeks. I'm like, fair play, lad. There's nobody like that I see anymore. There will be, obviously, but not that I've seen in person. it's always the older generations that like, you know, you come off. I go street skating. I find a spot that's secluded, tucked away, really enjoy myself, and then I've got to limp home for like an hour. But that's the fun of it, bro. That is like being independent as well. Growing up with the skating, it was very much like, well, especially for me, I know there's probably like people that did parents like come pick them up. I was in care, so I'll just walk back up, open the front door, walk up to my room, maybe like clean it with like an alcohol wipe, and then, you know, whatever, put a bandage on my leg, and then next day if it didn't ache too bad. But I tell you what, when you're younger, I mean, fair enough. Oh, you're still young. I said younger, for one. I am still young, I know, but like, I'm 25. I've had disc spine, torn ACLs, compound fracture. I've had a lot of injuries, which made my body already suffer more than it would do by the age I'm currently at, right? But also, 25 to 35 is the peak. Right? If you start at 25, kind of around 35. That means you can't keep skating. I will always skate. But that's why I'm not taking it easy. It's been such a better option because I do not want to be struggling with my hips when I'm 40, which I already know I will do in my back and my spine. So I have to sit like this because I'm in so much discomfort all the time with my spine. I don't want any sympathy for it ever. You know, I mean, it is what it is. I'm just saying, like, I think skating's just, it's getting more popular, and I think this time around, I think people should look more at wearing protective gear. I think it should be seen as smart and like, oh, so what if, bro, looking good and being brain dead are a very, very different thing. And what's more important to somebody? I know it's very hypocritical. It's so dumb because I'm the one scared, but this is like the culture I grew up with, and I'm hoping if it changes. I mean, just because an adult smokes cigarettes, but kids should smoke cigarettes, right? We tell them not to, but adults shouldn't, but they do, and they kind of can because they're an adult. It's a bit, you know, unfortunately, is what it is. But we can't sit there and go, well, actually, just because we smoke, we've got to let kids smoke. It's not fair. Like, no, the rules still apply. You're a kid, and there are differences. So I feel like the world's become so distinctive from that. It's like, well, no, kids can have like this, and it's like, no, there are differences for a reason. There always were. It's like the watershed. Kids have to go to bed at some time. They can watch stuff. It's like, where have the boundaries and rules gone? I have no idea. No clue. As I said, growing up, punishment for me was not going out, staying in my room. Right now, punishment is going out and not getting to stay in your room and play console. They have actually switched. It'd be like your board's getting taken away and you can't go out. Or if you do try and go out, we're hiding your skateboard, so good luck. And I would like rage, but I'll go out anyway, use a mate's board. And, you know, there's ways you can work around it. It's cool. That's the great thing apart about having. Well, guys, I just ended abruptly there. But yeah, so it ended abruptly. But all I wanted to quickly say was before I ended, it was just that. Also, like I said, like my, oh, damn it, now it's gone like my brain. Great. It's pretty much the same about how, like, obviously me and my partner work as a unit as well, and I find it very, very funny how, say, if people are being weird on the live or say something or whatever, when my partners then come on and say something, be like, she's like, you know what you said. I feel like people are afraid of my girlfriend, which is just funny. I don't know if it's because they like me and like they know I will just remove them because people go, boys whipped or whatever. Like, no, not at all. I just am respectful. I have chivalry, and I'm, you know what I mean? It's being chivalrous. Sorry, it's just being respectful. It's being nice, and your girlfriend's your girlfriend, boys. Well, she's your girlfriend for a reason. I find funny people like you simply like, it is good to be the man to be able to, like, you know, you will be that bridge that she needs to walk all over, and because you're willing to do it, not because, you know, you're whipped or you're made to do it, because you want to do it, because you want to go through anything for them to make sure that they are safe, they are happy, and they are content. That is what a real partner does for their partner. It doesn't matter which sex you are, like, you know, female or male, you know. It's about care. So when people are like, I noticed, and I was thinking about it one morning, I was waiting for somebody to join the live who recently I thought was being very polite, but realised was being very like snarky about my missus, and people said some very odd things. I'm like, this isn't like I'm a celebrity, take me out. You know, no, I keep saying that one, take me out or whatever it is, or like a dating app. It's not Bumble, right? So, and then people come in here and be like, oh, he said he has a girlfriend. Like, oh, that's why I make it very clear because it's just there's some weirdness that goes on here. But as I said, me and my partner are literally like a unit. So anything she goes and says and does, you know, obviously I'm not like 100% agree. I'm Aquarius, bro, and it does make sense. People know I don't necessarily agree with star signs 100%, but I know for a fact it does seem to like add up from what Aquarius, when I read about Aquarius and what I what I'm like, very independent energy. So I'm not like, oh, it's like being whipped. It's purely just being respectful, man. Do you know what I mean? Like, and being proud. Like, it's also like people, oh, you're whipped. I was like, no, because I'm super proud to have a girlfriend I have. So like, why is that whipped? That's just being respectful and love the person you love. Do you know what I mean? Easy, nice and easy. It really is. Like, you know, I was the one that said it went a bit wrong, but I wanted to put on a board. And the top, obviously, as I said, the board went horribly wrong. Oh well, trial and error. Wish it went as good as this one did in the background, but yeah, I literally forgot what I was saying a minute ago. But I know that's why, like, a few people yesterday seemed annoyed because my partner came near and like she was like, well, no, I said, you know, she has the right, bro. She's like my partner, so if anything, she is like second in charge when it comes to my business. Like, if I'm not here anymore, if I wasn't here, something happens, she's in charge. I mean, obviously, she wouldn't like stream or fingerboard at all. I don't know what would happen, but I mean, you know what I mean. Because yeah, happy life, right? Happy wife, happy life. Facts. I thought just like try and make him happy, like just to like people. But I think people take that as just do anything to make him happy to keep him shit quiet. But that's just not the case either. It's like you want a happy life yourself because a happy life is for you. To bear with. I'm gonna go for a cigarette quickly because yeah, my brain's just starting to fizzle out now. And yeah, today I'm really gonna be locking in Singapore as soon as it's early enough, like late enough. Sorry. So that's the issue at the moment. It's so early to think, and it's just tap, 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 bang, 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 and that's why I don't want to be an annoying neighbour. And I know my neighbour at the moment he's living with his mum, so I don't want to, you know, upset her or anything up there. Bless her. What time is it? No, what is it? 16 past already. That's crazy. So yeah, today's videos really just consist of some fingerboarding clips, potentially a long form video of me reviewing the skateboarders I'm going to be sponsoring. I mean, big things are happening right now. It's changing. I mean, when I say it's funny because like, someone might come in like a week and I thought things changes. Big things don't happen overnight, right? They take like a while to. But as I said, it went from 1 week not really knowing any companies to now being in contact with Heron Skateboards, which is like crazy to me, man. Like I can't. That is like a prestigious company out of the UK, in my opinion. Heron Skateboards is top dog out of the UK, 100%. That is some good coffee. That is like ridiculously good. Is that like, you know, that it was on discount? So I don't think I'm like bougie. I wouldn't buy it if it was, you know what I mean, or whatever. It was the you know, the little orange little metal tin, and it's Nescafe, and it's like really thinly grinded, right? It's normally quite expensive, but it was discounted, and I got my partner's when it was on sale, and I got my partner's discount for where she worked. So I was like, yeah, I'm definitely getting that coffee. Best believe. Yo, man, welcome, welcome. When I say man, I don't mean it like that. Because I know some people, I'm not a man. That's my lingo. So yeah, today I'll be showing people things like this. I don't know, these are just funny to me, man. These always make me laugh. My most recent snap there a while ago. Oh, see, it's ones like this that I got up straight away, and I was more injured. Ones that you sit there for a sec, like here. Actually, granted, this one hurt quite because I think I hit my head on the ground there. It's a perfect example why you wear a helmet. Perfect example why you wear not just wrist pads. Oh man, it's just too funny, so I find. Like this one, I didn't even know what happened there. How I just led back. This one's also. They crease me up every single time. Yeah, I dislocated my thumb. Oh, that hurts so badly. Even watching it cringes me out, man. This one's funny as anything. Look at my legs. They done like the little kick. Oh, so I literally like a kid on Christmas watching myself fall over. It's like little wee. And then I'm like, what? With the board? Like, why did you do that to me, bro? Oh, it's too good. Oh, it's honestly too good. I know what you mean. Like coming tonight, bro. It's so good. I'm always ready, bro, for whatever. I don't know what you mean. What's good? What do you mean? Oh, fucking hell. It's just too funny. I love falling off the board. I don't love falling off the board, but I mean, damn, does it? If it, you know, it humbles you. Sometimes you don't fall off for a long time, and then finally you fall off. And I don't know if and I know other skaters will have had this, but it's actually like a relieved feeling because it felt like it was going to be months again or ages before I fell off. And the longer it takes for you to fall off again, the more fear can build up with falling off the board. So like the sooner you keep falling off the board, the actual easier it is to deal with every single time. I know that sounds like obvious, but that's why I'm like, when I fall off the board now, it's just more hysterical than anything. Make sure I haven't broken that in this time and then get up and walk off it. I'm just like, I can't stop laughing at it. I don't know why. It's hysterical to me. But anyway, guys, I just didn't want to end the live on a, because it cut out because the battery died on my phone. So at the moment, it's literally going to like 10% and then just cutting off. So I have no idea what's going on there. Yeah, I'm gonna go for a cigarette now because I'm trying to delay it in every day between like cigarettes more and more and more. And I found something up like withdrawing from cigarettes is generally like sweats, fever-like symptoms, headaches. I'm like, what? No one tells you this when you're coming off of nicotine. I thought it was just like confusion and agitation. I didn't realize it actually had physical. I mean, of course, it's going to have physical symptoms, but they are flipping nasty, man. They really are. And I've been on loads of things. I've got sober off a lot of things, like everything other than cigarettes. And I can tell you now, they are the most difficult. And when people go, you can't, I've been on it like when I say, okay, everything, I'm not every single thing known to man, obviously, but every major group from opioids, alcohol, benzos, barbiturates. I'm not condoning these are evil people. I'm just saying live your life to the max without these things. It can be done. I'm not judging anybody that does. I just hope you know that few people are struggling to find peace. Because I tell you what now, I struggle day in, day out, non-stop, endless. You know, put it this way: you take stuff, your bank account suffers, you suffer, both of you suffer. Then dopamine doesn't naturally produce itself, even if you had a little amount anyway. Then the next day you've got no money, no dopamine. You do something to get the stuff. Do you take it? Even less likely to produce dopamine on your own because you keep doing it. Then you're just a wreck. And now at this point, you rob a bank, you do anything to just, you know what I mean? And that is what I mean. It has a slipperiest slope ever. Just avoid it at all costs. Don't even bother. Like on my dad, like I mean, I really regret taking anything in my life. To be honest, I'm happy because now I know I've got sober. I mean, I guess I won't fall to anything again like addiction. But seriously, it's the biggest distractor in life as well from you achieving anything of you would like to. I'm 25 and I'm looking at the time like where has it gone? Like I've literally spent so much of it behind the ball, behind glass. You know, not worth it. It's really not. It's really sad. That's the only advice I can give to people is young people thinking it's cool, glorify the music videos. Why do you think they can only mumble rap? No, I'm joking, I'm taking the piss, but you know what I mean? Because mumbling is all they can do, bro. They're like, they're oxied out. I mean, if anyone says, I saw these guys live, you know, RIP, man, it's like actually heartbreaking because I was around the same age as Juice WRLD ish. I think he was like a year or two older than me. And now I'm older than him. And that's happened, like, obviously that happens, you know what I mean? Like, but people don't hear it in the music. They think, oh, he's going on about it like it's cool. I'm like, bro, listen to it again and tell me like it's not depression. He's screaming he's depressed. He's screaming that they're gonna unalive him. The pills are gonna take him away. There's a song called Dead Already. I mean, it's like haunting, really, when you think about it. I mean, I was so close to that point, and like, it's so easy to get there without realizing and not caring anymore. Because also think about it, you're more depressed. I never do that to myself. I never do that. Control Alt Delete, let's say. But sadly, if you're suffering with addiction, you're in a different mindset. You're not you anymore. It's evil. Because you know what I mean. There's using stuff and not being an addict. I'm gonna say addict. It is addict. Tell you what, it is. Oh really? Yeah. Oh no, I can't bother. I can't bother doing that. Oh, my head. Oh. Pardon me, that is really hard. I just whacked my head so hard on the door. That's going to leave a fat bruise. Do people hear it? Oh, wonderful. Oh, well, man. What can you do? I feel I'm really going to say after this live, I will go live against that bit, but I am really going to lock in with the fingerboarding. So I've been landing tricks now that I'm like, there's no way that people aren't enjoying. Like, I've been getting nollie flips to nose blunts over crooks. So I've got a double switch flip to backside 5-0, a double switch flip to backside 5-0, or a backside tail over tail, or an over crooked. These are hard tricks. This is why I never get mad about somebody, a girl like it, smiling in a video and guys liking it. Because you can't, it's different content. And do you know what I mean? It's different content. You can't. It's a girl like it, and it's the guys that are the ones that are simping over the girl. It's not her fault that guys tend to just want to like the picture, right? But then, fingerboarding. Someone lands a shove it. I land a switch. I said a switch flip back 5-0, right? Switch flip, nonetheless. Not just a kick flip, a switch flip, even harder. And then it's like the same category, but it gets 5 likes and 2,000. I'm like, what? That doesn't make it. That actually doesn't make sense to me. So I'm like, the same people have viewed it, and I know that because they're the same people, so the same followers. Because it says, you have mutual followers. So I'm like, okay, why are the same people who are arguably not liking the same clip, even though I've even been told? Like, I've had a message from someone who was a fingerboarder going, bro, down for a year. That is cleaner than my nollie flips. And I was like, I do focus in on one trick. Well, I try to lock in one trick at a time mainly. I will mess about a little bit with tricks, but I will try and lock in one trick. And that was always me on the skateboard, so the same with fingerboard. And they're like, damn, that was impressive or whatever. But then I'm like, well, the community doesn't seem to think so, and it's just honestly kind of wild. I'm like, do people forget what the like button is? It's like really easy, quick double tap, not hard. I don't ask for anything. Donations, bro, I do the best, freest, no, when I say freest, but I do the cheapest, the bestest, strongest, most affordable, coolest fingerboards on the market. I'm sorry, I know I do, because they glow in the dark. I've made a new type of wheel, a new type of urethane, which screeches really well, but it's not urethane and it's not plastic. No one else has patented this idea yet, and yet people are still like, So it does get a little tedious. But my main point about this, I was saying earlier, is you've got to keep pushing because people give up too soon. Every day, like there might be a video that gets 5 views, 5 like I don't give a shit really. I know I'm only saying this how people act. Me, I'm doing it because one day I want to look back and saying be proud of it, right? And I think the moment people take that stance for yourself and not for other people, that's how I've kept going. Like yeah, don't get me wrong, it is sad when you might release a few graphics and no one's interested in it because you literally feel like you put your heart on the line sounds a bit weird, really, for that. But I mean, you put your soul out there, all your art, you put your time into this art just for people to be like, do you know what I mean? It's like, wow. And you've got to get used to that. That's just, and that is honestly so difficult. It's something called imposter syndrome, which most people don't ever experience because it's very hard to be in a position of imposter syndrome. You've either got to be like the number one in a friend group, or you've got to be in the business and in charge of people or something like typically because you just feel like you don't belong. You feel like you're imposing is something that you're not going to either because we all feel human. That's it. We're all human beings. So when people make you out to be this thing like that, you're not. You just own a company. It really kind of puts us, throws a spanner in the works in your head of a normal operating brain. And I think that's what gives people an ego. Where me, I'm like, sounds like thank that's cool art. And I'm like, cool, thank you. I mean, I sound sometimes I've got better at sounding appreciative, but I think I don't mean it in a rude way, people. I purely just I've drawn for so long now. To me, it's just like not even doing it. It's like breathing. Do you know what I mean? I don't have to describe it. It's just like being, existing. And then people are simply amazed by it. And I think that shocked me most at first. Like, why are people amazed by me just being me? But I think there's lots of people don't. They're just stuck in their bubbles down their phone. It's me not having to go at people on here because anyone that actually sticks around for a live or a long form video, not just of mine, of anybody's, you have the patience of, well, what I believe patience should be. You see kids throwing the biggest tantrums ever because, their phone died and then the charger's being used and they don't know how to have a 5-minute conversation with their family while it's charging up. They're like, and they break everything. And afterwards, it's like, you know, they get the phone again, they're like, calm, phone, dopamine. I'm like, really? That's bad. And then people tell me, oh, I'm on my phone. And I'm like, but I'm not really. I am, completely, but I'm not. I'm not consuming any content whatsoever. I'm always live streaming, I'm always broadcasting my life, what I'm doing, my work. It's very different from watching stuff. Now, I'm not going to go, because I said, if you watch something with if you improve, like, starting to improve, if you actually keep the way to keep your attention span longer is to follow something for longer. Not just to be like on a movie on your iPad watching a film while, like, you know, doing all these things, because your brain gets used to that amount, like to the noise, which would be usually chaotic. It gets used to working with all of them. But then when you go back to the other one, it's like, I need more stimulation. That's essentially what happens. It's terrible. It's why things seem better with music, because your brain's got used to listening to music, stimulating it. So, I prefer doing that with music. I prefer skating with music. I prefer doing the dishes with music. I prefer working with music. I honestly find lives quite difficult because it's just silence other than me. Well, obviously, this is why I kind of want to have it. Well, I'm building with the skate team. Obviously, I've built the app and stuff like that. I can make music, and like, believe it or not, I can sing, but I mean, not to a level where like I'm going to. At one point, I'll reveal it to some people. I don't mind people being quite shocked, I guess, because I mean, my partner was shocked. I'm good at creative things. I missed a lot of school, so what did I do when I was growing up? Sing, draw, doodle. You know, I didn't go to school until I was like 9 or 10 properly, because I was in care, bad care. Well, I didn't go into care until I was about 7. I was really rough care, family home. And then I was adopted. When you're adopted, they expect you, when you're just with this new family, to go to school the next day. They expect you to get used to know the new family. So I had that for a whole year and a half ish before I then had to go to school. And by that point, people knew ABCs, numbers, and colours, and I was completely stupid. So my point is, you really do set your mind to it. I just like to really think people can achieve more than they really have. They've got to believe that they can. It's a human rat race for a reason, right? I'm not telling everybody to start a business and get, you know what I mean? Because realistically, it's like, we do need our 9 to 5 warriors. Because I mean, realistically, we need everybody to do that part. Like, I'm making a skate company because I wanted a skateboard, but I realised there's nobody offering sponsorship around here. There's so many people I've seen around here who are skating at Thrasher level and stuff like that. But I'm like, bro, where is their sponsorship? Where are there people who are like, there isn't any, because there are no companies, because everyone's skating. I was like, someone needs to do the job of making the skateboards and actually like go, my life is not going to be for skate. I still skate, but it's so selfless to be able to love skating, and this is the truth, and to be like, I want to make boards for other people to enjoy their skating. Sit there and watch something that you want to do, and make that. People normally step away from it. Say if somebody was a race car driver, they wouldn't sit there and go and make cars and watch other people drive. Like, that can break them. They need to completely step away from it. Where me, I'm like, no, I actually want to help other skaters achieve their dreams. You know what I mean? I feel like when I was growing up, it wasn't cool to wear any protection or any like pads or anything like that, and I want that to change. I mean, you know, and as I said, like most people in any career, they will get bitter when they see other people taking over where they were or whatever they were doing. Me, I want to put people in a position to get further than I did, because I mean, there's nobody doing it, and everyone who I'm work with on my skate team, let's say, agrees with me 100%. There is nobody around here that I know or you see anywhere. There's no advertisement. There's not a new skate shop, new skate company. No one's doing it. And I granted, because starting companies takes like that 1 in 10 people, let's say, or 1 in 100 people to start a company, and then to be successful about it and to make it out of somewhere is also very difficult. So that's probably why, you know, I wanted to be maybe about a new skate company or this or that. But like, as I said, somebody's got to do the hard work of giving people the ability to skate and sacrificing the ability to skate themselves. Because when I wanted to be a pro skater when I was growing up, the guy who was working skate for in the skate shop said to me, he used to skate, had injuries, wanted to do both, but he couldn't own a skate shop and be a pro skater. He says it's impossible. You can't travel all the time, but also have sales and da. I'm sure there could be a way if you partly owned it and you were a pro skater. Well, you probably could. But I know what you mean. If you're there every day, you're the person on the set. You know, you work with the customers. You cannot be a pro skater. You could skate in the shop with customers. That's what I want my shop to be like as well. Like, we'll have a little skaters, you know, mess around and good times. But yeah, it takes, and this is why I don't think people realise it takes a selfless sort of person. Like, normally someone who's had injuries from anything wouldn't then go into making, say someone was a NASCAR driver and they had an injury, right? They wouldn't then go into making NASCAR. Say if they could, there you go, yeah, I don't know, the Wi-Fi's clearly gone. So I've got a good example of why pro skaters and then pro footballers and all these people are very slightly different, in my opinion. It really does show. So you have a pro skateboarder, right? injures himself like majorly, like actually injures himself, right? Compared to a footballer who twists an ankle. I'm not saying footballers can't injure themselves; they can, but a lot of them do, like, stub the toe and and all this stuff. So the difference between a skater and a footballer in injury levels is crazy. A skateboarder seems, in my opinion, to be more of a happy person, laid back, than an angry skateboarder. So I'm not saying they're all angry, but let's say like they're all riled up and pissed off, and they've got money on it and all this shit, right? Skateboarders, you flip the coin. They want to help people land the trick that they were struggling to land. They will sit there and help them battle it out. Skateboarders are built different on a nice level. They're humble, they're sweet, they're caring. There is a massive difference. It really is. It's like, it's honestly insane. So as I say, when you go from and comparing sports, people say grow up and I actually think growing up is being mature, emotionally mature, and intellectually mature as you can. And skateboarding is that. Right? The amount of dislike and hate skaters got for their whole lives, while and then they still push on, still do then. Where footballers, I mean, they have like one person says something about it in public, they have like an out, they have an outcry, say things that get cancelled. My main point is like skaters are such a chill people, and no one can actually convince me any different ever. Because I mean, yes, you can have a conflict. So you can have a conflict with anybody. That's a dumbest thing ever. When people, oh yeah, but you can get angry. I've seen like my mate Ollie smack someone his board, and he went absolutely nuts. Granted, yes, skaters can lose it, but at the same time, as I said, every other sport I've ever taken part in, rugby, football, anything, it always ended with rivalry, anger, and like, don't get me wrong, I understand if there's a fun level to it completely, and I'm not dissing on it because it's like, I think you should be with your own thing, don't diss on other people. I'm not. I respect it as a sport, and I respect it, that's what people do. Because I don't even say, personally, I don't think skateboarding is a sport. I see it as a hobby, right? And I think by having the lines crossed between a hobby and a sport, skateboarding as a hobby is so much better because, as I said, I'll go to skate park one day and then someone wants to learn a trick. If it was my sport, I'd be really pissed off that I can't just have a kick out and do what I need to do. Skateboarding it's a hobby. I don't mind helping people learn. I don't mind helping. You know what I mean? And also, as I said, going through the injuries like compound fracture, the bone came out my arm, slip disc in the spine, tore ACLs. Most people would not want to be a pro skateboarder, right? Have those injuries and then go back into the industry that they love so much to help people become pro skateboarders that they wanted to become. I'm literally going to see for the rest of my life. I'm going to see people be where I wanted to be. Is that not a selfless act? I only realized that the other day. I was like, damn, skateboarders, like people who injure themselves from skateboarding or something like that, and then go on to make, or it could be anything. It could be NASCAR, Formula One. Say someone really injures themselves, and then they go on to help engineer new designs, new safety mechanisms, and new things like this. That's incredible because you've taken your pain and your whatever you've been through and you turn it into a positive thing, right? And that's exactly what I'm doing. Like skateboarding to me, I made it very dangerous because I thought it was cool to not wear pads and so I feel like I owe it to skateboarding. And as I say, I said to the skate group I'm going to be sponsoring now, someone had to make a skate company. I know some people do, but it's very rare, especially in the UK, far few in between. It really is not often. And as I said, it takes, in my opinion, say someone's Formula One driver, someone's anything, to give your everything up when you know you could still skate a little bit to start the company, to watch other people skate like how you wanted to still skate, is selfless. I'm sorry, but it is. Because I mean, I sit there and I don't get jealous. I mean, there's a slight bit, but in a proud way, I'm like, fair play, man, go on. I wish I like didn't mess myself up skating, but as I skateboarders are just, I don't know, man, they're just built different. That like mentality, I think. It's just care. There's more like care there, where they're like, you know what I mean? It's like, not always, granted, but it's a selfless act when I've seen people in any sports before. Say someone's had a car crash or something in Formula One or anything like that, and say they managed to survive, and they've gone on and helped design safety mechanisms and stuff like that for the people that they're going to sit there and watch someone else use something that they desperately wanted to do their whole life. It's actually really humbling. It's really sweet, and it's honestly, it's the ultimate form of humanity and sacrifice. Well, not obviously the ultimate form of sacrifice, but you know what I mean, like in work, in business. And to be honest with you, being a skateboarder, I realised talent early. Does that make sense? Like if you're a skateboarder, you'll know when somebody's a newbie, you'll know when somebody's not that great at skating, you'll know when somebody's good at skating. You really just pick up all these sort of cues. You know when they're kind of like particularly goofy or if they're regular, right? And these are good things to scout. These are things you need to be a scout for if you want to be also a sponsor and sponsor people. That's how I managed to pick out like a lad called Rory. He was 16, 17 now, and he's broke his bone, but he's incredible. One of the best skaters I've seen for like a year of skating in my life. And as I said, it's all about dedication. But to me, it's purely these people give that all. And the thing I love about skateboarding is it always will be is a camaraderie or whatever you want to call it. Just the fact that you will dedicate your every fibre as a skateboarder. Like even Tony Hawk's do it, Rodney Mullen will do it, anybody will do it. Is they will anything. They won't turn their back on skateboarding. They will like if they've injured themselves or can't do anything, they'll sit on the sideline and help. And you've got to understand, some people don't understand how gutting that is. Imagine doing something you love so much, so much, like with every fibre of your being, and then it's taken away from you by injury or even not even your fault. Something could happen, and then you know instead of walking away from it, you choose to help people in the same industry. There's nothing more magical in a way, and not like, you know what I mean. It's caring and it's just so sweet. I love it, man. As I said, I didn't realise how kind of self, because I've thought throughout my life I've been an addict and things like that. I was selfish, like we all probably think it sometimes. But then sitting there, Tom, as I said, pointed out, I'm going to sit there and watch people skate how I wanted to skate, and giving them the opportunity that I was trying to get as a sponsor by sponsoring them. And it can't be, as I said, I've realised it. No, it isn't easy sometimes to sit there and watch people skate because I just want to do the same tricks again. I want to do lasers. I want to do because it was for skateboarding. It was never about showing off for me. For me, it was a feeling. It had this real set like. It's like I don't know how to describe the feeling, man. It's psychologically soothing, like going over bricks, the sound of tiles, the sound of anything, the grinds, the metal, the clinks, the pinches, to everything about skateboarding. So to watch everyone else skate, to be honest with you, as I say, if it was any other sport, I feel like people would be really shitty about it, and you know that's just what happens. Anyway, guys, I really love you all. Appreciate it. My Wi-Fi is actually gone now, which is a real flipping pain in the ass. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to go live, unfortunately, for the rest of the day. Yeah, it's a bit of a nuisance, to be honest. But yeah, so I'm gonna go get some clips, do some editing, try and still get this deal with the flipping company. It's difficult when you have a business because if you've put it this way, if you're a sponsored, someone who wants to get sponsored, you can be a little bit more lenient and be like, well, look, I'm just a skater. But when you're a professional business, you can't seem like you're trying to be a beg because you're a professional business at the same time. So when you're trying to talk to another company about work, you've got to come across extremely professional. And I mean, I did, like when I was messaging Heron Skateboards to say, I was like, I couldn't believe he messaged me back. I generally couldn't. It's Heron Skateboards are like the biggest skate company to come out of the UK, and to be messaging me, I was like, what? Yeah, I mean, my little mind was blown. But then it's keeping your cool as well. Like, it's all good. You're a business too, Josh. You have your own skateboards, maybe not as prestige. I'm like, okay, not at all. And you start eating yourself, and you're like, oh. And then that's what imposter syndrome is. You feel like you're not where you belong or you're not good enough. And what grounded me was like, bro, I love skating more than anybody I know. And that is the honest truth. I do. I'm fully addicted. Like too much, man. Like nothing has ever put me off of skating. No major injuries, nothing. And it's kind of wild, to be honest. As I said, slipping a disc in the spine, tore ACLs, compound fractures. Any injury, I'm still wanting to skate. And that is the love of skating. I've never met a skater like it. That is the truth. But I've never met any skater with injuries like mine. So anyway, guys, I'll be back in 15 minutes. Actually, no, I'm not. I'm sorry, guys. I'm not going to be back on. I'm going to be back on for like 10 minutes or so, but I'm not going to waste my data doing this. I don't know what's happened. So yeah, guys, peace, love, and I will catch you guys all on the next one. Please keep an eye out for the clips and the posts, share them, and like, I also want to get this sponsor. Well, I'm the company, but I want to sponsor other people. And to do that, we need to also get endorsement from other people. It's like the way the world goes around. But anyway, I'll be back on maybe. I said the Wi-Fi's gone, but who knows at this rate. Peace, love. I'll catch you guys all then.